Pakao.
So yeah, we were talking about Jagrati Theatre. You guys are telling me first in your experiences, challenges with with that experience and all of that.
Yeah.
But you guys have been playing together now for a long time, right?
Yeah, since 2010 we started. Like first it was like playing in colleges, college competitions, because we were still in college at that point in time.
Okay.
So that was the only source of like to hunt down for the gigs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't have too many like club gigs and ticketed options.
I mean, any band who starts, who will know them? We didn't have a name also first.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Mostly, did you have another name before Parvaaz?
no, this was the name.
What does Parvaaz mean?
Parvaaz means flight.
Okay. In Kashmiri.
No, it's in Urdu.
It's in Urdu. Okay.
It's not just always like people tell me always like it's Urdu, Kashmiri, it's Kashmiri. Even Urdu they tell me like it's Kashmiri. The only difference is like the kind of words we use.
Okay.
That's why it's mostly people tell us like even Urdu sounds Kashmiri to them, but it's not Kashmiri.
Parvaaz
Like
doesn't
sometimes-
sound like Kashmiri, right?
I don't know. I've never heard the word Parvaaz before. So for me, it's
Yeah, it's an Urdu word. Means flight. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, it was one of the album of Junoon.
Junoon.
Okay.
So the thing is, initially when we started the band, so basically the co-founder of the band, Kashif and me, we're childhood friends.
Okay.
When we that point in time, we were just like two guys with acoustic guitar and singing. He used to study in this college called Dayanand Sagar.
Okay.
Eventually, one guy comes up to us and tells us like, hey, I really like what you guys are doing. I want to ask you for a gig, and this is happening in this club somewhere in Bangalore. Would you come? I said, okay, fine. We'll come. Great. Why not? And that point in time, he, me, and there was another bassist, Neil Simon. We prepped for the show, and he told me like, I have to print the pamphlets for the thing. So can you come up with some name?
Yeah.
We can't say Kashif, Khalid or something.
And you were playing originals at this
We were
time?
playing originals from the beginning.
Okay.
And we
And
said,
this was already in Hindi, Urdu?
yeah, it was
Kashmiri?
in Urdu, Kashmiri.
Okay.
Not Kashmiri that point in time. It was just like Urdu. And basically we'll just... And he said, okay, you just print this. So Kashif and me came up, we had few names in head, and then we suggested Parvaaz. And both of us liked it. We said, okay, let's keep this. And he printed those pamphlets for people to spread like this gig is happening. And eventually we went to the venue, and eventually that gig never happened.
Oh shit.
Eventually that gig never happened. It was like a club where like they thought like...
What club was this?
I don't know, but something in
The
Bangalore.
club, is it?
The club.
Something
That
it
club?
was. And there were no PS, nothing system, nothing
Okay.
was there.
Back in the days, we wouldn't even ask for sound check.
Yeah.
And we also had come
Just
up with
show
just
up,
two
right?
acoustic
Yeah.
guitars and like one bass, and we thought, okay,
Yeah.
we'll plug it in, we'll have amps and all. Nothing is there. They said,
Yeah.
oh sorry, we forgot. यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है.
Yeah.
So actually show cancel है. And we went disappointed. But the great thing is like what happened is that gig never happened, but the name stayed.
Okay.
And that's
I wasn't there at that time.
You were with the
I
band.
joined in 2010.
It's a very interesting story.
Which year was this? Which year was this? gig?
2009.
This must be 2009. We are still in college. Yeah.
Okay.
So
We hadn't released anything
Yeah.
that point in time.
But you'd already started writing your music and stuff.
I won't say it writing. We were just like a couple of songs, compositions here and there, and
I have
figuring
a very
it out.
different story about this.
Yeah.
The way I met them.
Okay. Well, you were playing in bands. You were already
used to-
playing music
yeah,
at this
I
point.
was-
He had a band called Insane.
Insane?
It was me and my brother.
Oh, nice. What kind of
And,
music were you playing?
Just insane music, man.
That was still
It was
playing
mostly
insane
like
music.
Hendrix and stuff.
Okay, cool.
cover.
Yeah. Your brother plays guitar.
Yeah, I used to play guitar.
Okay.
Now he owns a guitar, but he doesn't play it. But I met these guys through their manager.
Okay.
And this was in 2010.
Okay.
And it happened that I watched these guys in one of the club, which was Legends of Rock.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I used to work there as a photographer and a designer.
Whoa.
He was a photographer for that gig.
Okay.
I was photographing and videographing them at that gig.
And he even designed the poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, these guys definitely need a
Needs
better
a
drummer.
lot of work.
Definitely need a better drummer. But that was a thought. But then after that, I think one of their drummers didn't make it to a gig,
Okay.
and they had to book a train ticket to this was Shillong or Delhi.
It was Delhi.
Delhi is one of the reality show they were
Okay.
part of, and they said, "Do you want to play it?" And then I said, "Yeah."
Okay.
So now he was telling that they didn't have any songs,
And
Yeah.
it was quite a crazy reality show. It was done by Z Business.
Okay. What is it
Imagine.
called?
So there were 2 rounds.
Okay.
One is general knowledge. Another one is
because it was a business
thing.
oriented channel. It was a
But
business
what were
channel.
you guys doing there?
So some like it because it was a college thing. So every
Okay.
college they did ask for like bands to participate in it, and like maybe 2 people from the band will participate in quiz, general knowledge, and then all 4 of them or 5 of them will participate in like playing music. It was weird.
So there
weird
was a
concept.
quiz and a band,
Yeah.
like music.
Okay.
You have to win in both.
You have to win in both.
Win both, yeah.
Oh, this is pretty.
Or like if somebody is good in, there were 2 prizes basically. Like number 1 band and
Number 1 quiz.
one
winner,
quiz.
is
One
it?
quiz.
And
I think
he
that
got-
also.
What did you guys get though? Did you
we
win?
got the best band.
Okay, nice.
And the other band won the best general knowledge, and he got a car.
Oh,
He got a car.
Yeah,
he
you
got a car.
didn't get car.
Because we failed in general knowledge.
Ah shit.
Kashif
So this is
and
where
Neil went.
studying is better than being a musician.
Kashif and Neil went.
no, but you got a career. You don't know what happened
Yeah.
to that guy, no?
That is there. Yeah, exactly. We don't know where he's
Yeah.
today.
We don't know where he is. So is that so? So basically, yeah. So tickets were booked to Delhi.
Tickets were booked to Delhi.
And they didn't have a
And
drummer.
we were supposed to like they told us like we got selected in Bangalore. The next day they told us like okay, we have to you have to fly down to Delhi, and there's this preliminary round that's gonna happen, and you have to play your own compositions there,
Okay.
and which we had. But tell us your names because we have to book your train ticket and everything. So we said, okay, fine, let's do it. And we called the drummer. He's saying, "Sir, bhaiya, mera na college hai. I have exams, internals there." I said, "Okay, bro, but this is also important. Do
Yeah.
you think this is something nice we
Yeah.
wanted to do?" He said, "No, I can't come." So a friend of ours who was a manager at that point in time, Karan, he said, "There's this friend of mine. He's a good drummer. He lives in Indiranagar. His name is Sachin.
Yeah.
Why don't you try him?" I said, "Okay, fine." But we didn't have time to decide all of this, so we
Yeah.
have to like
You have
tell
to-
the organizers
We had to get the
name of because they have to book the train ticket.
Okay.
उनको book करनी है तो खत्म होना है. We call this guy, "Hey, hi, Sachin. We are from Parvaaz and we are doing this gig, and we have to go to Delhi day after tomorrow. Will you be interested in it?" And he said, "Yeah, sure."
Oh, that's cool.
And
Take the opportunity.
Yeah.
that's it.
That's crazy, man. I
And-
wouldn't have said yes.
And to be honest, like because he's a great drummer,
Yeah.
and after that, like we said, "Bro, I think Sachin, can we just convince him to stay in the band and say no to that old guy?"
Yeah.
And because he's more serious,
Yeah.
and
And he's
Yeah.
available and
he
he's
has
ready
a
to
jam
play.
room. And he has a jam.
And he had a jam room.
He's a
That's-
jam
that
room.
is that's the most
only
important
criteria.
thing.
I still have
Yeah.
the jam room. That's the reason
Yeah.
I'm still in the band.
Yeah. And
No, I don't
said,
think it's
why
just
not?
a jam
And since then, it's been.
But the drummer came back
Yeah.
after they booked my ticket. He said, "No, I'll come now.
So no.
I can
internals.
swear and all."
Yeah.
Then
whatever.
fuck the exam.
I said,
I'll come.
we have already given the ticket name. We can't
Yeah.
change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how.
Is
It
he
happened.
still playing that drummer? Is he still playing drums?
No, I think we met him at a couple of gigs. He's from Calcutta.
Okay.
We met him a couple of gigs. He was happy
He's still
because
playing
he's
drums.
working.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you didn't see it as a thing
a
that-
serious thing.
That he wanted to do
Yeah.
seriously. Yeah.
Even for us, it wasn't serious.
Hmm.
It became serious after a certain point in time.
Okay. But how did you start? Like, how did you start playing music? Did you start while you were in school or college? How did
It started in school for me personally.
Okay.
I was like, there's a lot of folk music that is in Kashmir all around, and but eventually, like there was one of my cousins who used to sing, and I used to really enjoy it. He had a band that point in time in Kashmir, and then I used to just like look at him. Oh, I can also sing,
Yeah.
and when you're staying in a flat, when you're in college, you're staying 3-4 people
Yeah.
are staying in a flat, and then you kind of sing at times like, okay, I can
that's
sing,
fun.
and
Yeah.
they say, "You have a good voice, you can sing." I said, "Okay,
Yeah.
should I?" It used
Yeah.
to feel good, but
Okay.
there was no intention of like I'll pursue it as a career, or I'll figure it out.
Okay.
It just happened eventually.
Nice.
But it is fascinating that I don't think anybody musician is there in your family.
Yeah, there's no
There's no
musician.
musician in your
There's no
family.
nothing.
Yeah.
I used to get fascinated by sounds and music from early age.
Okay.
When I, especially like around like when I was in 5th, 6th standard.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. Otherwise, there was no intention of like I want to pursue it. When I came to Bangalore, also there was no intention that I want to pursue
music
professionally.
Okay.
Like be there. It was just like I can sing, I will sing,
Okay.
and
And how did guitar happen?
Guitar happened when I had to join the band.
Yeah.
Necessity. We thought they
It was out of a necessity. Actually, we did have a rhythm guitarist.
Okay. So you were a 5-piece initially.
Yeah, we were a
When did
5-piece.
Fidel come into the band?
Oh,
we were a 5-piece, no?
we were a
Initially,
5-piece band.
yeah.
Okay.
Fidel came into the picture when, so me and Fidel used to play in different bands.
Okay.
So he was a session artist. He was from Bangalore.
Yeah. So
But then
he
he
come
had-
down to Bangalore.
Yeah, he used to come down to Bangalore, and I think he started working or he's studying here or something like that. I don't think he studied here, but he was working here. And my band Insane and his band, which was called Bourbon Street.
Okay.
Very fancy name. They used to play like jazz and Carnatic mix and stuff.
Carnatic jazz.
Carnatic jazz. It was a very weird fusion, but they were quite good. So we used to play in clubs together, and like we would meet there. And when Neil left the band, Neil Simon left the band, is when we were searching for a bunch of bass guitarists, and we went through a few of them. And this one guy, and I told him, I know this one guy, and he's damn chill. We should try it out. Just one jam, and his vibe was totally in, and that's how we got it. He came in 2011, and since then,
So you're after.
we've been in the.
No, it was an interesting thing. The day I remember the day Fidel came to jam room, in our old jam room. He said like, I said like, okay, bro, there are a few songs. You want to learn them and then come? And he said, no, it's okay. Can you tell me which songs? You just play. I'll just follow you. Okay. And that, initially that was the vibe that kicked in. Like, this guy is a jam guy.
Even these guys, when they initially came to audition me, I felt like I was auditioning them.
They came to audition you in your jam
audition
room.
In his jam room.
And you won't even believe they came near Empire. If you know,
Yeah.
it is the Empire wasn't there back then.
It's not, bro, 12th main signal.
That only is Empire, that signal.
Correct,
and then they give me a call. 3 people have come through this in a scooter. The bike has broken down. The scooter has broken
Can you
down.
come and pick
Bro,
us
can you
up?
come and pick us up? I don't know, what kind of band is this, bro?
So they're taking me to Delhi, but before we were in Delhi, I
This
have to
wasn't
go and
even
pick them up.
confirmed. No, Delhi wasn't there on the plate.
Okay.
So I was like,
No, this is after Delhi is done, we have to jam. Then after that,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
But then
This is the first jam. We are telling Sachin, okay, now we are jamming. He said, come to my jam room and we'll figure
3
this out.
people in one bike, and they're just stranded there on the road. And I saw them, and then I was like, okay, come home. And then they said, we have like 12 songs ready. And like he was saying,
songs still exist.
I have like 12 songs. Okay, fine, let's go with it. So we jammed, and then it was fun. I think only after the Delhi trip we kind of bonded.
Yeah.
And then we went to Shillong, and that's where we kind of really bonded more.
And like initially playing few gigs here and there. And then we thought like we should
But they wanted exclusivity, yeah.
create.
So they were clear about
Very
that
clear
from the
about it,
beginning.
because I still remember I had one more gig with one more artist, and then and then these guys like, listen, this will be your last. But I did feel the seriousness in them, and there was this, because I used to play with a bunch of bands and none of them really did anything unique at that moment. With these guys, even though we were not refined musicians, we were all learning.
Yeah.
But there was a sense of like, they want to take this,
They want to get better.
and learn.
Yeah.
And that was important, because most of the people who know music also, they have this thing that, okay, I'm a good musician. If you want to play with me, or no. But these guys wanted to grow as a band.
Okay.
And that was kind of rare at that time.
Oh, bro, you never told me this.
Exactly.
Secrets are coming
Secrets
out
are coming
tonight.
out. The love will be poured in like, bro.
That's amazing. We can get her to the table and get the hugs coming in. No, but that's crazy, man, to hear. Like, but you'd already been playing drums at that time. You also come from a music.
I come from a music family. My dad is a folk artist. He's a Kannada folk. Basically what they say, Janapada.
Okay.
And he also worked in All India Radio and Doordarshan. And he's been performing for a long time.
Okay.
And so that was something that kind of came very early on.
Okay.
But Western music wasn't in the vocabulary for us. It was only when I came to Bangalore, because I used to get transferred everywhere.
Yeah. What age were you when you came to Bangalore?
I think I was about so basically I was in Bangalore when I was in my first grade.
Okay.
Then again got transferred everywhere. I came back here in 7th grade. Okay. So I don't know how old I would be.
Yeah, 12, 13 years.
Yeah, probably. And that's when I got introduced to rock. My brother came with a Limp Bizkit cassette.
Nice. Okay.
He said, I still remember to the date where he pulled on my he had a headphone and he said, listen to this. It was the first time I was listening to before that, Backstreet Boys and stuff.
It was quite fascinating for me also. But back in
even
Kashmir,
you guys would have heard.
No, they were mixtapes that used to come there.
But you have heard of rock and all.
I have heard Floyd's first song. I have heard of Floyd is Another Brick in the Wall, and I had no idea. Okay, just Another Brick in the Wall. I have heard. I have heard more than that. I have heard Metallica, Unforgiven 2.
Oh,
they used to mixtape. There was a mixtape that used to come, have a lot of bands here and there. Bon Jovi, It's My Life, and all.
Yeah. But it started with that.
That's how it started.
That's
there was a
started
cassette shop in
me,
Kashmir that will sell these and exclusive. They had international bands as well, exclusive.
And these were bootleg tapes that they would make, or these were those official mixtapes?
No, some bootleg tapes they will make and sell it. Or official. There used to be one thing called Now That's What I Call Music.
Now That's What I Call
music, right? Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. They used to have that. And that's how there was a lot of pop music also. Michael Jackson also great, everything. But there was something for rock music also. And some
prog rock also, there was a mixtape.
No, bro, prog rock didn't exist when I was in Kashmir. I had no idea. I had no idea of genres when I was in Kashmir till 12th standard. When I came here, what opened my life to different kind of music is when I heard Explode, Zeppelin and everything. But what opened the dimension for me was Floyd.
Okay. So you discovered Floyd with Another Brick in the Wall, and then when you came to Bangalore.
And a friend of mine introduced me to, his name is Mohsin, a very good friend. He introduced me to this live in Pompeii, Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I went to Pompeii because of that.
Oh. When I heard that, and so he had a DVD, he put that in he said, come to my place, we'll watch this live in Pompeii.
Yeah.
And that's when I discovered the depth of music.
Yeah. That's a life-changing moment for you.
How they create music and how the depth of music can be in rock music. Yeah. Otherwise you have seen pop music playing guitars and other things. But that changed the depth of me, how there's another dimension to it. I remember the first night I've seen, I was shocked. Nobody in that sphere in Pompeii, and then these 4 people playing this kind of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we used to actually trip a lot on Pink Floyd. When I met these guys, it was just Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
I still remember it was just like School of Rock. It's go listen to those John Bonham solo. And we had a song which had a drum solo.
Okay.
And
the first single we put had his drum solo.
Oh, crazy.
And now I don't get it anything now because they don't like it anymore.
No, I mean, I'm sure the audience will sort of pick it up.
That's how it happened. And then you discover the kind of music, and then you progress.
You
and then
into it.
The idea is we got influenced by folk music of where we are from.
Where you're from,
he's from Bangalore.
Yeah, he's also got a folk background.
Kashmir, other people are also from Bangalore. Fidel is from Bangalore. But the idea is, and all of us like Western music.
That's
music from the West. From the rock music, West is the greatest.
Yeah.
And we infused it, but how do we make it our own?
Yeah,
that was the question.
That was the question. And it eventually happened when we started singing in Urdu and Kashmiri.
Okay. But initially you were singing in English. No. You never sang in English, right?
No.
It was always Urdu.
It just came.
Okay.
It just happened. I remember this initial track called Lal Matlai. And Kashif is playing his big reverby sound, drone-ish guitar, and he's just doing swells on his drums, and it just happened.
I feel like that's a song that kind of defined
changed it. I started singing in Kashmiri.
Okay. But you were telling me, so Limp Bizkit started it for you with the drums. But you were already playing drums at this time.
No, I wasn't playing drums. Then I got introduced to it, but because I come from a family who plays music, I used to watch a lot of, again, like same like DVDs of drummers. I got introduced to Mitch Mitchell from Jimi Hendrix drummer. And that CD is what I used to watch, and that's how I kind of learned. So I kind of knew that I could actually play this instrument, but I didn't have a drum kit to try it out.
Okay.
So another 2 years of faking it out that I need to go to classes of drum classes now.
Okay.
Finally, my dad agreed to get me a drum kit, and that changed everything for me.
Okay.
Since then, I've been doing this with these guys, and I met these guys in 2010. So it kind of all fell into places from Limp Bizkit.
So you started with Limp Bizkit, you started with Floyd.
Yeah,
And
I
it was
think
the
I
first
started with
Floyd.
other bands also, but like Floyd
Floyd
was
was
like a
changed,
changing thing.
okay.
Like, you know, some bands are very close to you when you
Yeah.
hear some, you feel a personal connection.
For us as a band, I feel like there was a phase, but then there was a phase of Fleet Foxes.
Fleet Foxes,
Yeah.
okay.
And my God, that
Yeah.
band, we heard it like
A lot.
My God, like that.
The
that
ex-guitarist introduced it,
yeah.
and then he and me used to live together.
Okay.
And there was one video of them doing a takeaway show.
Yeah.
And you were like, mind blown. Just going somewhere in the park and just start singing. And they go to a place where there's a lot of reverb and they're just singing. That really fascinated. And that kind of, from there again, we changed our sound a little bit. Then radio it came and there was some. So it was a learning process. We all grew up as a musician in the band.
Okay.
Nobody came in with like, this is.
You all were also like spending a lot of time listening to music and discovering music together.
Yeah. Oh,
And then dissecting it also. Like, did you also do those things?
He and me, I remember I had gotten detained for like 6 months. I'm saying it first time.
Detained
from college.
Okay.
And
college.
then I had 6 months. I had 6 months, and then I think same applies to him. He was also detained for 6 months. And then him and me was like making cold coffee in the night.
Yeah.
And then watching these DVDs.
Oh, amazing.
It was a great time to
It sounds like,
discover music.
Yeah.
Great time to actually.
There was no
like,
noise.
detail,
There was nobody pushing content to you.
Yeah.
So you go out and pick up what you want to listen to.
And there was no Instagram.
Yeah.
There's
And
no
if you don't
distraction.
like it, you decide in the moment and you move. It's not like it'll get forced fed to you,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Fair.
So, this was
So, but how were you discovering these DVDs then back then? Were you going on?
And there was a shop in Jayanagar, I figured.
Okay.
Because he used to sell pirated DVDs.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Big Bazaar came up with some scheme that if you buy something for like 5,000, 6,000 rupees, Ghar Ka Saman, then you'll get a coupon. And there used to be a DVD shop. I remember it. So you go. No,
In Big Bazaar, you're saying?
Big Bazaar. And this thing, if you shop for like 5,000, 6,000 rupees
Okay.
of Ghar Ka Saman, you go back, you get a coupon of a DVD shop, which was in Bangalore. There was a branch in Bangalore.
Okay.
You go there, they'll rent out 2 DVDs per night for a month.
Okay.
So what I used to do, like him and me, I'll go to that place, borrow 2 DVDs, watch them, return it. So you can only do 2 DVDs a night. So that's how I discovered. And then there were like a lot of shops that point in time, like Jayanagar, there was a shop we figured where we went and borrowed CDs and like pirated ones. And then we discovered Pirate Bay.
Yeah.
And that's how
You made your career.
Thank you, Parent.
Yeah, I think about like those all of those Pirate Bay and Morpheus and LimeWire. all of
K-Cast
those-
torrents, tell me, bro.
Those really,
YTS.
He is a pro in that.
Yeah, I've discovered like I mean, I really enjoy like watching films on a really high resolution.
Okay.
So sometimes I download prints which are like 25, 30 GB.
And these are like films or like
Films which I watched and I want to rewatch on a high resolution.
Yeah.
And I buy hard disks and store them.
Wow.
Yeah, I still have it.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, there's a really good collection of movies.
Of movies as well. So are you like inspired by movies a lot also? Do you like to watch a lot of movies?
Yes.
What
So
kind of
that was the second trip.
Yeah.
Watching
so you all
movies.
used to also trip on movies together.
A lot. Like if I see a movie and I really like it, and I'm gonna text this guy
Immediately I'll watch it.
first. Watch this.
Yeah.
Where do you find it? I have it. Give you the hard disk tomorrow. If I can't, he wants to watch it right now. I'll just upload it on WeTransfer.
Yeah.
And send it
over.
Yeah.
This is how we've been doing it.
Yeah. But these are like obscure movies, popular movies, what or it's a mix?
Popular movies will get you the obscure movies like on people who blogs or people are talking about certain films and all. And then he and me will discuss about films. तुझे क्या अच्छा लगा? मुझे ये लगा, मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगी.
Yeah.
तुझे अच्छी लगी, क्यों नहीं अच्छी लगी?
Oh, so I'll break
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah, he
We
will
do
be
it.
especially,
क्या हुआ,
yeah.
क्यों हुआ.
Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
he has a great recommendation for movies if you want to watch like horror, thriller,
Okay.
gory.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Actually, I
psychological.
started learning watching movies from these.
Some different genres of
Yeah.
movies
These
also.
different
But like, if you had to give a list of, say, the top 5 movies you watched in the last 1 year, would you have a list like that?
I mean, I can't say like nowadays. It's less. But if I have to say last 5 films I've seen, there's one film called Turtles Can Fly.
Okay. What's that about?
You should better watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called Turtles Can
Spoiler.
Fly.
Turtles Can Fly.
Some like 5, 6. I watched it like somebody recommended to me. I really like Turtles Can Fly. I really like Incendies.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's a great.
Incendies.
Incendies.
Yeah. Okay.
And Blowout.
Okay.
And
Hereditary.
Hereditary. And
Oh man.
there are endless. It's not about like where you come
Yeah, I
from.
mean,
or
I would
anything.
imagine.
But we watched one movie called Brotherhood, if you remember.
Yeah.
It still kind of stays in my head. It was a great ending. Somebody has to watch it. I should watch
Yeah.
it.
I recently, like 2 days back, I watched Wild Tales.
Wild Tales?
Yeah.
Wild
Okay.
Tales.
Yeah, Wild
I'm
Tales.
Actually, the wrong
Spanish
person
film.
to talk about this because I don't watch movies at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had an attention problem before Reels. So, so if I have to watch a film, I watch it in installments. The only thing I can do, like in a stretch, is an album. Music is something that I can
That's
do.
good.
But films, I just can't sit through it.
But this also films things also started with like when that cold coffee thing used to happen. Me
Yeah.
and my
Yeah.
other previous bandmate, Kashif, he used to explore. He introduced me to like torrent and everything and all.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was fascinating.
Yeah.
was
That's
good
crazy.
oldies.
So film, music.
Yeah.
What else do you guys sort of bond over together in the band?
Apart from that,
Traveling. I'm sure you travel a lot together.
Yeah.
travel for us, traveling is the tour.
Yeah.
It's gigging is traveling.
Okay,
for
it's
us.
the tour, yeah.
I don't think it ever comes to my mind that I need to take a vacation.
Yeah.
At least for me, it doesn't.
Yeah, same, bro.
Yeah, because you travel so much. Initially, we did.
Yeah.
But it doesn't come to your mind that I need to take a break and
And
the
do something.
tour itself was one vacation
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
A working vacation.
Yeah, but taking a break is always great.
Yeah.
It's always
I think
great.
pandemic taught us that.
Hmm.
For me,
taking a
it's
break.
personally when I go to Kashmir.
Okay. Do you end up going
I
often?
spend like a couple of months there.
Yeah.
And mostly in summertime.
Okay.
And maybe like few weeks in winter.
Okay.
But mostly living in Bangalore.
Okay. What was it like growing up in Kashmir though? I mean, him and I, we grew up in Bangalore, so we at least know.
I mean, it was great, like
Was it
going
fun?
to school and school.
But you
Chilling
came here
with
for college,
friends.
yeah.
And college I did here.
Yeah.
There was one of my friends who used to study here. He was a senior in my school.
Hmm.
I studied in Burnhall, a Catholic school.
Okay.
And so when I came to Bangalore, that's when I realized there's this Bob Dylan song called "The Answer, My Friend, is Blowing In." That was an assembly song, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know it was a Bob
Yeah.
Dylan song? Oh,
There
wow.
was Father James who used to sing
That was
the assembly song.
as a prayer.
Yeah, as a prayer. The answer, my friend, is
Wow.
blowing in the wind.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that it's Bob Dylan song. I
Yeah.
came to know that. Oh, wow, ये तो मैं स्कूल में सुन रहा था. ये कैसे हो रहा है? हाँ? ये तो rock है.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So that's how it happened. And when I came here, and then I realized, but school was quite simple. Go to school, come back, and
It was chill fun, yeah.
chill fun. And we were young that point in time. Music was there, like mostly film music. And whatever
Like Bollywood film
opportunity,
music.
Mostly Bollywood music, but that's what you will show.
That's
on
what
TV,
all of us
right?
grew
Like,
up listening to.
I
would
think
imagine,
what
right?
changed also that point in there used to be like DD when DD2 came, they used to have like 1 or 2 hours of section of MTV used to come on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On DD too.
And DD,
On
I
DD2
didn't
or
know this.
MTV used to come, and we'll see Michael Jackson and all popular artists coming for 2 hours or 1 hour. There'll be videos running on that.
So they used to
Run videos. Yeah.
run MTV channels thing.
MTV
on-
channel.
We didn't
Yeah.
have that, no?
No, we had MTV.
We had
I
MTV.
remember MTV.
That's when cable TV came, right?
Yeah.
Before cable TV, there was just DD1.
There was DD1,
Hey,
DD2, but I
In
didn't have a TV.
In
at
late
that
90s.
So-
Yeah. In late 90s, I'm talking about 96, 95.
Oh. I don't remember having a TV. I think the first TV my family got was like a straight, we got a color TV. We didn't even have like.
I've seen black and
It's
white.
Black and white.
fascinating that my dad worked in Doordarshan and I didn't have cable because he was against it.
Only Doordarshan.
I had. Once he said I'll get a DTH, and we all got excited, but that was Doordarshan introducing DTH. So you'll get all the Doordarshans.
DDTH.
All the Doordarshan. I was like, bro, I only got it very late. The whole cable scene.
Yeah.
Very, very late.
So
So I didn't know what's DTH.
Yeah, they used to come because we didn't have cable TV at home. We had DD1. DD1 was there.
DD1 was there.
Then DD2 got launched. Do you know about that?
No.
DD2.
DD2 was launched.
I remember DD1, DD2, I remember that.
When DD2 launched, they were like, there was 1 hour which was dedicated for MTV. That's when Michael Jackson and other artists used to come.
Really?
Madonna and
So
everything.
that's how
Watch
you
it for
discovered like the best.
like,
movies.
okay, there's another genre which is in English, which they sing that. That's how music is created. Otherwise, radio and everything, you just listen Bollywood because we didn't. I was not a privileged kid which will have my father will come with a vinyl or bro listen to Led Zeppelin 1. Led Zeppelin ऐसा कुछ नहीं था.
Yeah.
So जो TV पे आता था वो सुनते थे.
That's what you would. Yeah. Fair enough.
And that's how we discovered when cassette shops आ गए, and then friends said, यहाँ भाई यहाँ से cassette ले ये ले. School friends will tell you, hey, I listen to Spice Girls, I listen to this and other genre, you like this. तो वैसे ही हुआ. और उसके बाद सीख लिया थोड़ी तरीके से.
But Kashmir is good for that because I still remember we make sure that every year we go once.
Okay.
Before pandemic, the whole band used to go at least once a year.
Okay. So perform or to just...
Sometimes we used to, twice we've gone for performing. One though it didn't even happen that gig.
Okay.
But
seemed like a trend.
It seems like a trend.
Yeah.
But we used to make sure that let's go there. It was like one of those things that December we'll just spring we used to go.
Okay.
But there's a place where you go with a pen drive, I guess, and you tell what all movies you want. That's all pirate movies included and give it to you for
that
20
happens
bucks.
here also in national market.
But it happens now. Still it's happening.
But still happening.
Is it still happening?
I don't know. I don't think so. After internet, it's like...
Yeah, now... I think this was what, 2016?
16, 17.
16, 17.
Okay, fair. At that time, access
because
was still a challenge.
there used to be an internet blockage.
That's a different...
That's what. So
that's a different story.
That's a different story altogether,
But it is an experience.
And then people will go like, download CDs and give send you for 50 bucks rupees, give you a pen drive, what films you want.
That's good.
Yeah. I saw the shift from VCR cassettes to CDs to DVDs to pen drives. And I really used to like those shops. I really used to admire, like it had a feeling like you want to watch a film, you go to a place, you see the posters, and everything. Even if you don't know about the film, this cover looks really interesting, I'm going to hire this for a day and I'll go home and watch it. Then movie sucks or not, it's fine.
You're committed to it.
You're done to it. Then you go back, you pay him 20 rupees rent, you go back, you're done. But that thing is gone.
Yeah, that uncle would be the original tastemaker, right? He would tell you, "Acha, you like this one."
And then he will also check the CD, like, "Yeah, आपने ज़्यादा scratch तो नहीं किए, ये खत्म हो गया, मुझे extra पैसे दे दो."
Yeah,
that thing is gone. I don't know where we are gonna go, like now.
And also, as a band, I think we had the transition. We came from CDs, went into pen drives. And then went into streaming.
So you all were also like putting out your music on CDs and on pen drive.
That was the only source of like spreading music that point.
I mean, we have. 2010. I think we are some of the millennial bands, I guess, if I could say that who saw that whole transition of going from no internet to internet. Yeah. From putting out flyer, like he said, on I would put it out in like stones. Yeah. Like I remember doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember like the old Picos outside.
Yeah, of course.
Transformer.
They had a
wall, no?
Wall where you can actually go and put out advertisement. Going from there to Facebook, are you interested in?
Yeah. Going for this event.
From there to people lining up to buy the tickets.
Yeah.
To then Book My Show coming in.
Yeah.
Then to doing pre-bookings. And now to whatever smaller venues trying to sell out.
Yeah.
It's been a full circle.
It's been a journey across the board.
Yeah, a huge journey.
I mean, like if you're creating independent music and you don't compromise on this thing, it's fine.
It's fine.
What can you?
No, you need to adapt to it.
Yeah.
Even now things
in
change.
times of frustrating at times, like for a band, like okay, you're going out, you're selling, and then you're on a big stage and everything. How much struggle and how much things are at back of it are going. It's a lot. Yeah. And especially even while creating music, 4 of us, 5, you have to, it's like a family. Like मेरा
Don't
मूड
get
ठीक
along.
नहीं है
Yeah.
नहीं करना है मुझे जा
Yeah. Does that happen?
rest scene अरे कितना bro
Yeah.
it happens a lot
It happens a
rest
lot?
have to adapt
Way too many times.
Okay.
and then you just play and you do your duty.
I mean, like, if you have to say, a band is like a family itself. And there's, I mean, imagine there is 4 different opinions and we are 4-piece band. And they all have to come together. So it has to at least, I mean, it has to make sense for everyone.
Yeah.
Then you agree on like, okay, agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But it is like a family, like any other family. So there's a lot of disagreement.
Okay.
I'm going to call it out.
Yeah. No, I think we're just going to break for the starters
of
now.
course,
We'll
yeah,
bring
yeah.
some
Family में एक
starters.
होता है ना वो
Um,
जो हर किसी के साथ एग्री करता है आपने बोला सही है
There's always a peacemaker. Yeah. So everybody's got like a different personality.
Everyone has taken a role part.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We've got the starter on the table. We've got chicken strips with
Yes.
nice spicy tomato salsa. We kept it light and easy because the heroes are coming in later. But go for it. We've been talking about DD, DD2, MTV, listening to music, discovering music, understanding Western music, all of those things, right? I want to transition now to understand playing music. And I'll give you a little bit of context, okay? Playing music for me is like magic. It's a thing that I don't understand.
Do you play any instruments?
I tried playing guitar and I was very bad at it. Sometimes when I try to sing along, many of my musician friends tell me that they suspect I'm tone deaf. So that's why, like, for me, I feel like that's why I respect artists so much more, because it's a skill that I don't have right now, and I don't know if I'll ever develop. So it's a good thing because it keeps the magic of music for me, right? But what I like talking to artists, when I talk to musicians and artists, it's good.
It's really good, bro.
Okay, super.
I'm hungry also. It's really nice.
Maybe you should have some.
Yeah, I'll go for it. How did music happen for you? Like, I mean, playing music happened for you. You guys are both self-taught, and you guys are self-taught before YouTube. Because when I meet like younger artists today, right, producers or engineers or rappers, anyone, a lot of them learn their craft or the technical aspects of their craft on YouTube. But you guys did it obviously when YouTube wasn't really a thing, right?
Yeah.
So how did you do it?
Initially, when we started, there was no YouTube, and YouTube came later. I personally learned skills from that, but like it was just listening to it and adapting and like mimicking. I used to like play a cassette on a tape recorder and record my voice on it.
Okay. On top of that,
On top of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to do it and then have 2 tape recorders where the singer is already singing and mimicking his voice.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how I learned singing.
That's a crazy way to learn.
Yeah, you have 2 tape recorders. You keep one on one side, you keep one on, and keep recorded. Tuck.
And then you would listen to
And
yourself.
there'll be bleed off his voice, but like
Yeah.
we'll try to mimic it, and that's how it opened up
Okay.
for me. And it all started mimicking singers, which I have heard when I was young.
That's insane. I don't think I've ever heard anyone follow that process.
Because there was no internet in
Yeah.
90s, right?
Yeah.
Like how will you learn? Like there was no instrument. I didn't have any instrument or guitar or anything.
Yeah.
Access to it. So this was the only source. Like
crazy.
I have
What
2
kind of
tape
singers?
recorders who play it and for record it and sing on top of it.
Yeah. And what kind of singers were you trying to?
That point in time, like mostly like Sonu Nigam
Okay.
and all. And then Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan came in picture.
Yeah. So you tried a lot of this stuff. That must have
Tried
been
so
hard,
much.
no?
Yeah, tried to sing like how loud you can be.
Yeah.
Sing loudly. I think for my loudness also came in singing. Is we used to practice in this jam room called Dayanand Sagar jam room where Kashmir used to study.
Yeah.
And that was my first experience of singing with the mic and everything.
Yeah.
So drums are loud, bass is loud. So when drums and bass are together, like you have to increase the guitar first,
volume,
and on top of that, if vocals have to carry, you have to be really loud.
Yeah.
You have to cut
I started singing loudly.
Yeah.
Did that hurt for a while? I would
It
imagine.
did hurt. It felt nice. It felt great because you've been inspired by listening to Nusrat, Robert Plant, and how they can sing loudly. Let me also adapt that and sing it. But what made it change for us is like the language. Imagine me singing in the same thing in English.
Yeah.
Imagine Parvaaz has a vocalist which sing in English.
Yeah.
It'd be
I don't
just like, okay, some other band trying to be
Yeah.
something.
Trying to be something else, yeah.
Yeah. We just became rooted when the language and everything and the way you sing and the lyrics.
Yeah.
What
So
you're
you
trying to speak.
developed your style through
With time.
like, time.
With
just
time,
playing
it
around.
happened naturally. There was not a conscious effort. I wanted to sound like that. I wanted to sound like that because everybody was putting his ideas.
Yeah.
Everybody was adapting. We all of us were adapting towards.
Yeah.
Like when you four of us you're playing music together, that's the greatest thing you can ever have.
And I think the key is to not overdo anything. You're not trying to overshadow the other person. The whole point is to complement the other person.
Yeah.
And if that happens, is where the magic happens.
And you have a critique right in there.
Yeah.
You record it. Now you send it to your friends. Hey, मैंने ये गाना बनाया है, आप सुन लो, आपको कैसा चाहिए, तू ये कर सकता है, you can do it. Your 4 people are making music, no matter where the idea and anything is coming from. But when you're making music in a room filled with 4 people, you have a critique right there.
Yeah.
It's not working. Can you do this, something like this? Maybe you go like this.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You have a critique right there.
Yeah. Fair.
You're getting a feedback right
From
there.
the
And
other
then you're
members
just
of the
like,
band.
okay,
Yeah.
fine, record it.
Yeah.
What feels nice. What we do also is like when we make songs,
Yeah.
I come up with an idea.
Okay.
I go at home, I'm thinking some melody is great.
Yeah.
Maybe some songs I filled up, I know where it goes. Some songs I'm like, have no idea about. I go to jam room. I tell these guys, okay, एक idea है, 4 chords hai, and then this is what I feel, I'm gonna sing this thing. Let's jam on it. And the other person is telling me, right, oh, I think we can do it from here to there. And you have a feedback right in there.
Yeah.
And that's the greatest thing.
Yeah.
It makes, and then we listen to those recording and listen back, and then we said, oh, this part works, this part doesn't work.
Okay, so you're basically riffing off of each other and learning from each other. But how did guitar happen for you? So like vocals happened by recording.
So basically how guitar happened to me, there was another guitar player in the band.
Okay.
His name was Adarsh.
Yeah.
And he used to play acoustic guitar.
Okay.
And when I was inspired by bands, I got an electric guitar first. Instead of learning guitar, I thought I should pick up an electric guitar, and I couldn't learn.
Okay.
And then somebody told me, I should, if you want to learn guitar, pick up an acoustic first, and then go move to electric.
So you picked up electric first?
Yeah,
right?
electric. Greg Bennett.
Yeah.
And then I got an acoustic, but I used to learn at home, and then he used to play it for the band. And then one point in time, he couldn't make up to the gig, but I was learning. So I said, guys, can I play acoustic while I sing? I think I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I was really bad.
Okay.
And then eventually, if you put effort,
yeah.
it happens, right?
Yeah.
I'm still struggling, but it's fine. It's not that bad. It's required for the band what is needed.
Totally. All of us in the band are still learning as we go.
Yeah.
There's not been a point where you can say, I think the whole journey itself, it's just learning how to be good in your craft.
Yeah.
And it is never ending. There's no, you can't say okay, now I'm done. So you just keep learning.
You make mistakes every day.
Yeah.
Like in jam, when we are jamming, every day we'll make mistakes. As you said earlier, when we are sitting together, or when you're on a stage, you know your mistakes.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't know.
Yeah. If you're very good at what you're doing.
But we know our mistakes. Okay. Even if a bar slide is there, we look at each other, we smile, and think. I think the entire idea is how to cover.
Yeah.
You should know it.
Yeah.
That's the
stage performance bit. Yeah.
And we don't play on tracks.
You don't play any tracks.
No
all
tracks.
Live, right?
Everything is live.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Everything is.
Yeah.
And what about you? You also completely self-taught.
Yeah. So as I said before, I got introduced to drums through DVDs and stuff like that, watching it. And then I had this whole thing that I know how to play this, because unlike guitars, drums can be played on a table, or I would put up some few pillows and pretend to play drums. So that I actually that's how I picked it up.
By pretending.
But I had to prove to my dad that 15,000 kit that when you guys came, it was there.
So
no, it was a DB. It's called DB something. To prove that I know how to play, he didn't trust me that I would know. So I had to go for 4 classes.
Okay.
After that, I bunked that also, just like my other academics. And then I kind of picked it up myself. So I think that whole journey of doing self-taught has changed the way I play the drums. A lot of techniques that were wrong, which I don't think at that time I wouldn't have even realized. Today I realize that it's the wrong technique.
Yeah, but it works.
But that has become a style now.
Yeah. Yeah, what is wrong by the textbook is style.
And that is done like, I would say like Jimi Hendrix is like that. Like, a lot of people will say like, he's not playing good guitar. But some people will be like, dude, he has his own style.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the development came in. What I play today with these guys. And most of it, like 80% is where I kind of learned how to make the music with these guys. But mostly it has come out of techniques which have been wrong
by the textbook.
So there's nothing right or wrong in music.
Yeah.
It's just the way you play it.
Yeah. Do you have an example of something that the textbook would say is completely wrong,
Exactly.
but it's a great song?
Just don't go with the textbook. Just learn. I mean, do what you know. If you do it best in that form, you're good.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the best. Everyone is trying to be, even in music, everyone is trying to play really well. Like Fidel says, there's somebody who's athletically good in music, who's somebody who can shred, who can play a lot of notes or chops.
Yeah.
And there's somebody who's go by feel. So I think the whole band is something that I've learned years through is that we go by instinct. If I'm playing this, does it sound good or bad? That's it. That's about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing about you're playing.
It sounds good.
I'm playing 4, you're playing 5. No numbers.
Doesn't
no
matter.
notes. Does it sound good to you? Then you see if it sounds good for others. Then you see if it sounds good as a unit.
As a unit, yeah.
And that's where you kind of figure this out and you go with this whole band is about instinct, the feel, and the music that we create together.
और जब भी आप गाने बनाते हो like first instinct पे अगर किसी को अच्छा लगता है ना गाना, I think that's a song.
Yeah. Then you trust the rest.
There are songs
trusted,
that it just becomes like this.
Yeah.
Some songs takes time.
Yeah.
But that first instinct that you get, that this is a song. It could be wrong, like after 5 months you might say like this is, there are a lot of songs that we have shelved. Saying that this is not gonna happen.
But I was asking earlier, like, one of those things that is technically or a textbook mistake, or textbook is like by the book it's not right, but has worked for you in a song. Is there an example that you can talk about, like a song that's done well, or that you really like?
I think like the song from our first album, Gul Na Gulistan. We thought like we'll chuck that song.
Okay.
It's one of our biggest songs.
Yeah.
Like people really like it, and we also like it now. Because of not people liking it, we also thought, because it takes we grew into it. Yeah. We thought, okay, the recording is not good. We could have done this. We could have done this, but like, okay, not an option. What to do? The track list has to go up. We can't just say 7 songs. It has to be 8 or 9, whatever. So that's how we did it, and then
actually people still don't know. There's a chunk of that song that we just literally cut and removed.
Okay.
And I don't even remember now what that part is. But that is, again, comes down to instincts. You feel like this, maybe it shouldn't be there. Yeah. So the whole process of our band has been that we want to see if it sounds good. That's it.
No, the thing also is not also. मुझे लगता है कि सबसे अच्छी चीज जो है हम गाने अपने लिए बनाते हैं पहले हमें खुश लगते हैं वो गाने उससे खुशी मिलती है and then we put the songs out. That's where they fail.
Those songs don't do well. You feel it's because you're getting too technical, or is it
not technical? Like it's just like we like certain kind of music and we love it, and then
I'm pretty sure you also have an episode which you feel is the greatest, but it'll not do good.
I mean, I'm only 5 episodes old.
I'll ask you after a few years.
Yeah. I mean, like, I would
अच्छे लगते हैं. Like we really like certain songs which are really nice, and I wish that people also like it. But there are people who really appreciate our music, and if we are a surviving band till date and just creating independent music, we are really thankful to the people who have like bought our tickets to the shows, bought our merchandise, paid for our gigs and everything. We're really thankful to them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like literally survive करना काफी मुश्किल होता है. But जो हमें गाने पसंद आते हैं, मतलब हमें पहले पसंद आते हैं, उसके बाद देखते हैं कि इसको पसंद आएंगे कि नहीं.
Is there one song or many songs that you also like and the audience also really enjoys?
I think there was this one song we never used to play it live. Called Gab.
Okay.
It has the higher number of streams
you know?
On Spotify. It's in millions. And then when we realized, okay, bro, we don't play this song live.
Yeah.
Let's play it live. Then we
Our
figured,
sound engineer kept forcing us, saying, "Why don't you play the song?" We're like, "It's a 5-minute song."
Okay.
I used to insist this a lot.
Just
Play this song. Like while you're playing a gig, you'll hear it in your ears. We thought, okay, let's push it, let's play it, and then we started playing it.
Yeah.
We literally played it just 3 years back. We started playing it.
Oh wow. Okay.
We haven't played. It was the highest stream. Again, another thing with the artists like us is that if something is really big hit now, we kind of feel like,
That happens with everyone.
Everyone. Even Nirvana had a thing with Smells Like Teen Spirit. They hated that song.
Yeah.
But that was one of the biggest hits.
Yeah.
So it's kind of put off for some artists also. But Gab was actually a great song. I don't know why we never tried it.
I mean, in my opinion, your entire discography is filled with great songs only.
Thank you so much. I mean, that's the other intention that we want. We don't want to be that one hit wonder.
Yeah.
We want to be known for the whole body of work.
The thing also,
album.
right.
Yeah.
Personally feel the songs which I've liked in instant have stayed with me because there is something with it. But a lot of people also don't take the song like, okay, isme hook nahi chal raha hai. So with time it grows.
With time it grows into them, fair. But coming back to like playing instruments, right? So you guys largely, if I understand correctly from what we're speaking about right now, so you guys have largely sort of developed together as musicians and as a band.
Yeah.
That would be a fair way to put it.
Yeah.
Apart from that, especially as people we are. As person.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. I think more than the music, if
we
you
know
don't
each other
bond
very well.
as a people, your music is not going anywhere. You can literally tell when a band is playing on stage, you can tell if they're really friends or not. If you look closely. If you're artificially looking, if they're looking at you and they're smiling and they're like,
and especially when you're making music together.
It really reflects
very
what
important.
as a person you are to the other person, what as a band you are.
Yeah.
If you are having a bad day, it reflects on the music.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was actually like,
if you're creating music.
Yeah.
Original music.
Yeah.
Okay.
It matters.
You can get away with covers.
You can get away
Fair
with
enough. Covers are just playing your parts.
Cover band, that's fine.
No, but I was thinking about this earlier as well, right? You guys had largely the same lineup for 14, 15 years, and like with Bharath coming in, I, as you know, I have like a corporate experience, right? So when every time I changed, say for example, jobs or teams, I would go in and then I would have this like, full set of documents given to me about the team and the business and the culture and all of those things, right? How is it for you to like bring a new person on board into the band? Did you guys know him before?
I knew him. I had played a couple of shows with him, solo. And used to play with this band called Cinema of Axis.
Okay.
And I met him at one friend's place. He used to live with this guitar player called Michael. And I met him there, and we had a good interaction and everything. Then I met him at one festival called JIFLIF, Jaipur Literature Festival. We were playing, and then he was playing with another artist there. And when we were looking for a guitar player, we wanted somebody has to be permanent. We didn't want somebody to do sessions or like he'll play for other bands. We said it's a very important role in the band.
That is clear from the very beginning.
Yeah, and then
that's the contract.
तो इतना time dedicate कर सकता है band के लिए वो important है.
Yeah, fair. That's a fair
And we tried few other people, like we contacted other people, and then few people said we have other projects and everything. And I said like there's this guy called Bharath, he plays for this, and he's a local Karnataka guy. And we contacted him. He came to our place and we said like, okay, this is the thing. Do you want to join this band and everything? He said like, okay, give me a day, I'll get back. Next day he said yes.
Okay,
there were other players who said, I have solo projects and other thing. He took his time. Like, I wanted to give time. He took his time. He said, like, I want to join.
Because it's a huge commitment when you say yes to a band, saying that I will be with the band. So, he took his time. But when he came for the audition, which clearly I don't know if we can call it audition. Actually, he was more prepared than us. Because we had not played for 2 years. 2 years. Okay. Isn't this like this here? I was like, okay, this guy's... So he's So we're very happy also that he's very disciplined in that way.
Yeah.
He's more seasoned. I mean, not seasoned, but I would say he's more technically sounding than most of us. And that kind of adds into that whole picture of having him.
Yeah.
But we were very clear from the beginning that we want somebody who's not only musically there, but even in other... Because a band is not just about
playing the music.
It's not about your skills also. Like I feel the greatest player for me, what attracts me as a guitar player or as a singer or anything, when you create something new. If you're covering something, it has already been created.
Yeah.
You can make it better, definitely, brother. But the foundation has already been laid to you.
Yeah.
You can be an excellent guitar player.
But he'll obviously build on it as he plays more songs.
Yeah. That's how it happens. Like it takes time also.
Actually, we had found him long back and we were jamming with him for almost 1 year.
Okay.
Nobody knew that he was actually going to be playing with us.
Okay.
So it almost took him like 2 years to just get
used to what kind of music we play.
Because he comes from a completely different background of playing acoustic, and he was playing with few other session guys. So to get into the whole zone.
जहाँ पे shred होता तो भाई थोड़ा शांत रहो नहीं ये जरूरत नहीं bend कर लो.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. But he like eventually, like after spending time with us in jam room, he got the idea.
Okay.
And not from jam room. Apart from that, we also hang out a lot.
You get the vibe, right? The chemistry is very important.
That is where I would draw. I mean, that's where we come into the picture where being in a band is not just about playing music, not about just playing gigs.
Yeah.
There are so many things that are happening behind that none of the audience will see. There are so many things, minute of the minute things.
Yeah.
And that is what you need a person for. Or is it always be in a band, one person is doing everything or two person is doing everything and the rest of them are just coming and playing the gig, smiling, they do the chemistry and they go back.
Yeah.
So we needed somebody who can be a part of the band rather than just want to play in the band.
Because I personally feel like if you have to be in a band and you're doing something, project, right? आपको सुबह उठ के पहला ख्याल वही आना चाहिए.
Yeah, I agree.
मैं आज क्या लिखूं, मैं आज क्या करूं, band
and you need to be available 24/7.
Even if you don't write a song today, band कहाँ जा रहा है? What is the thing?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? That's my anxiety. Every day I wake up.
Yeah.
Every day I wake up. That's been my anxiety from
past 16 years. Yeah.
I'll get pissed.
Every day. And then you can call the other band member and blast.
Even my manager, like, she gets also pissed. Why are you anxiety?
Now is when we have actually
started. I'm just thinking about it. मैं क्या करूँ यार?
That's always in your mind. Finally drew a line where we said Sundays we don't call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't there before.
I have called,
it was 24/7.
I have called my manager and I have received today is Sunday. I have a day. You can't call. I said, okay, fine. Now I have, like, at times Sunday I have restricted before. Hey, are you free? Can I call?
Can we get on a meeting call?
Can I get on a meeting?
Do you have 20 minutes to talk to me?
Do you have 5 minutes? No, So it's been like that because I wake up I just think about this.
I mean, it's as personal as anything else, right? Like it's part of who you are and you're putting yourself into your music, right?
My moods and everything is dependent
on what's happening with the band.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Everything.
His mood is completely
dependent on this.
Okay.
Like what's
happening? Things are not going
your
well.
Your life is Parvaaz.
Yeah.
Fair. Would you say like your life is music or is your life the band? Or is it to mix?
I think life is band. We create music.
So it's one of the other.
Everything. It's there. Because it feeds me, it gives me joy. It gives all of us joy to like
no matter what the scenario is in the band, what the mood is, the moment we get on the stage, we're all in sync. For that 90-minute set, we'll forget we're fighting or we have any problems. So that is what joy that gives. So we all look forward to that one moment. And that is what drives you.
Yeah.
If not, there is a lot of...
Yeah, it's I honestly feel lucky also to have these kind of members in my band. Especially him. I honestly feel like because when I think about I have my anxiety running, I'll call him, bro.
And pass me the anxiety.
Meet me in Indiranagar. No, okay, fine. And then we'll figure it out. Yeah. Okay. I'm really honestly like thankful to have these members in the band.
Yeah, no, it really makes a difference. I mean, your team, the people that you meet every day, talk to every day, and work with every day, it makes a huge difference. In fact, I think yesterday when we were talking, you asked me as well, like why I would quit a cushy job like that, right? and I was sharing this with Kabir Oaf in my previous episode as well, is like, you can put the whole world on a platter, but if the other people on the table are not people that you want to sit on the table with, I'd rather go sit on the floor somewhere else. It's like those kind of things.
So that I feel that anxiousness is needed.
That's from him, not from me.
But describe playing on stage to me. How does that feel?
Oh, wow.
It is fun. Like depends on venue to venue also. Like when your sound is great, everything is like people are vibing to it.
Yeah,
and it's really fun.
Yeah.
Now
You
we're
also
not
play
anxious about gigs.
You don't get anxious.
Yeah.
Initially y'all were anxious and
No, it was
stressed.
always exciting because getting gigs only was a huge thing for us. If you get to be on stage is what you're looking forward to the whole life.
Initially, as was that,
Yeah, any stage we would be. Now it's mostly about technically, are we going to sound good? And more the audience, the better the feel we will get.
Okay.
So we sold enough tickets.
Yeah.
That is, it's a
business
pre-anxiety is what.
Paisa.
Right, if you actually remove the business part of the the band, I think we would have more fun, but we have to also
you have to put food on the table, right? You have
to put food on the table.
You have to pay
that is what.
That is very important.
Yeah.
Honestly, making music is the most fun part, and then playing live.
Yeah.
But the business part of it is what really spoils every band, I feel. It's always mostly, I mean, there are some people who might disagree with musicality, saying that I like this, don't like this.
Yeah.
But that also you can agree to disagree and then push.
Find a way to make that work. Yeah.
But the music business part is where things get really, because
you have to be smart enough
challenging
to figure out.
But I guess that's with any business.
Yeah, of course.
There's no business where you can very, very confidently sort of predict demand and make it work. I guess with music, it's a little bit more challenging because you're putting so much emotion behind it, and it's literally yourself and everything that you are out there. And
that's why most of the artists also, they have some side hustle going on. They have a job.
Yeah.
So there's always a
session.
I don't think so. We can
Not
do
us.
anything apart from.
You guys are full-time musicians.
We've been full-time music in 2010.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
2010.
Yeah.
I still remember when I was supposed to get a job in Technicolor as a VFX compositor. I had to just do roto. I think Vijay will get it. I was 20 that time, and I called Kashif, who's to and I told listen, I'm getting a job in here. My dad has said that you have to get this job. Should I get this? And he's like, no, stick with us, we'll make money. And I still remember this conversation. And then I actually didn't take that job up. Actually, I did get offered that job. If I would have taken that, I would have been in a very different scenario today.
Yeah.
But so it's always been that choices that you make will define what you are in the coming years. And I'm more than happy that I'm not sitting in a cubicle space.
Yeah, 100%.
And I have people like this guy that at least I can shout back when he shouts back at me.
Yeah.
At least you have that leverage in here, and that's what drives you. And that's the only thing that makes you want to be in the band and want to do this forever. If there is people who don't agree with that, then there's a problem in the band.
Yeah, it's not just like, okay, you wake up in the morning and then you do your work, and Saturday, Sundays you'll be a band. You have to be in a band, and then you have to make music together.
Every day.
You have to do it every day.
Yeah.
There's not just, apart from just making music, there are other things also.
Yeah. That's crazy. But you were also telling me the way you sort of approach music is sometimes one of you comes with an idea, or you come with an idea, and then you build up from there. Everyone adds their different parts, and that's sort of how you approach it. So there's never been, or usually there isn't a structure to a song. Okay, let's start with an intro and then we'll figure out how we
intros हमेशा होते हैं हमारे गाने.
हमारा intro तो एक गाना ही हो जाता है. Our intros are one song.
So your album intros, actually, I want to talk about that for one quick second. Every one of your albums starts with a very unique non-music sound, right? Has that always been a conscious decision?
I really like.
It sets the mood.
I'll tell you why. For me as a listener, right? When I play, and I always only listen to your music front to back album. For me, there are a few bands that I do that with. Parvaaz is also one of them. But that's why I noticed this, and that's why it sticks with me, is like I can tell in the first second which album I'm listening to, even if it's like a blind listening, right? So that's a pretty cool thing that you guys do.
I really like putting like setting the mood of the album. I really like it. So you create a track which is like something chaos going in your mind, and you put whatever sounds that come into your mind, you put them, and then you make an intro and like let the listener go to a journey from there.
Yeah,
that was the entire idea.
And also most of the songs are interconnected in somewhat. So we intend for people to listen to it from the top to bottom. It's an experience. It's like watching a movie. Fine, there's a transmission in between. If you were listening it on vinyl, which is out, by the way.
Please. Vinyl is out.
Vinyl is out.
I have my first ever vinyl. We'll talk about it later today.
His first vinyl is...
My first vinyl ever is Parvaaz and signed by the artist in my house. That is privilege.
Honored. So the whole point is that we wanted to show it as one package, one whole thing, and rather than songs. And that's what we try to do all the time. That there is some songs which is you need to listen to it back, like as a continuity. You cannot. I mean, you can listen to it as a second half or first half. But there is a continuity. So that kind of pushes people to listen to the whole album, which is kind of lost nowadays, which you can say, because of singles and whatnot.
EPs and singles.
EPs is still fine, but there are a lot of singles that comes out. But as an album, I think it needs to... There's a certain flow, and we take that very seriously even in our live set, which we're deciding now for the
new.
We are very peculiar that one song ends and there's somebody playing something to fill up the space. You know? Even live gigs, if you see, and if you're somebody who doesn't know the album, doesn't know the band, and come listen, they won't be able to tell where is the start, where is the end.
And it's all just smoothly flowing.
It has to flow in one continuity. And that's the whole experience you get. You know?
I always like songs which have a story. Always like if you see in our songs, there are bird samples.
Correct. I wanted to get to that. This album has a lot of bird samples.
One song has a bird sample.
Okay.
Why? The other previous album had a bird sample. It's just creating an ambient that you're sitting there and I want to listen to the song there. It just takes you there. Because a lot of visuals are also going at that point in time.
Even before you get into melody, you set up the whole mood. So like Baran, Rose starts with the sound of ocean. So when you're listening to it, you imagine you're listening to the song in a beach.
By the beach,
By the beach. So that is what we kind of want people to experience. That kind of lost. Because now they say that if we don't attract people's attention in the first few seconds, they're gonna skip the song.
They're gonna skip it,
Here we're telling, hold on, sit back.
If you stuck the first, say, 10 seconds, then you're probably sure.
So it's like that.
That's very interesting. So tell me about the new album. Actually, let's get into the new album. What is the theme? How do you build it?
It was a great experience working on this album. Like after Kashif's departure, we started. Pandemic came. He left in pandemic, and then,
it's been how many years? Sorry, since the previous
2020.
Sorry, pandemic not pandemic. Since the previous album.
Since 2019.
So 6 years, right?
19 December, around October, November. 6 years.
19 and then 25 December.
6 years,
6 years between two albums.
It didn't take us 6 years to make it.
Obviously.
But like there were a couple of years like pandemic. I was in Kashmir, they were here. And when I came back, we did this full circle tour. We had left, the guitarist has left, and then writing a bunch of songs together and then making an album. It took us, we were supposed to release a song initially. With our previous manager, we were supposed to release one song. And eventually...
That was called Na
Gulistan. They said like, okay, it's not working at this point in time. We'll release it later. And then we heard that recording over and again. We said, okay, it's not making sense. Let's get down. Let's go and write an album. This is the best blessing in disguise that has happened to us. Let's write an album and then just give it out. That's what like some 2022. There were few songs which I already done back in Kashmir.
Okay.
And Na Gulistan. I was back home when I was, because kuch karne ke liye tha, I was used to send him, hey, what do you think about
this is the first time we were.
Yeah.
So generally what
First
we do,
time,
remotely,
generally what we do is the whole process, I'll tell you, is to he has an idea or somebody has an idea, they come to jam, we make it a song, then we season it, like how you season your chicken, properly season it live. Then we would go
together
to
as a band. Right?
Yeah, like live. You play it live multiple times, changes happen. Then go to studio and then record. Now because of pandemic, he left to Kashmir.
Yeah.
So he was sending me melodies and whole song.
Yeah.
Nagul Na Gulistan, he was sending me. And I was sitting and doing. That's the reason that song is where there's electronic drums in it.
Oh, okay.
And that's because of us not being together, jamming it.
Yeah, that's how it came.
Yeah, that's how it came. So it was a different whole turnover for us.
I also thought like, okay, like we are not able to connect, and I just recently started learning how to record yourself and everything.
Yeah.
Without a tape recorder.
Not on tape recorder. Now on a
We
computer.
started with a tape recorder.
We started with the tape and now it's on a computer. Yeah.
Where I can delete it also. I didn't have that option.
Yeah.
And I can delete it also. And I'm sending him the thing. I was thinking like, मैं यार कुछ गाने निकाल देता हूँ. But when I came to Bangalore, I saw like, okay, हालत खराब है यहाँ पे. Let's put an album out together. That's how the first song came. And rest of the song like Talafi from the and Bharath came up with, we were recording it in like Sangeet's jam room, by the way. And we thought, okay, let's, apart from jamming old songs, can we do something else? He came up with this riff of Talafi, and then I joined in, everybody joined in, became a song. And then we seasoned it, and that's how it happened. Rest of the song, there were ideas, got to the jam room, build up, this thing and that thing happened, recorded demos and figuring out what parts can be added and other thing. It was I feel, for me, apart from like musicality or anything, this was the most satisfying and tension-free album for me. As in while recording and composing and doing it.
Yeah.
It was most like there were no issues in the band. There was no fighting. There was nothing. It's just making music, putting
for the
no
context,
arguments, nothing. We're just like, okay,
for the context, we recorded the last album in Yashra Studios, which was in Bombay. So every time we had to record in the studio, we had to get a gig in Bombay.
In Bombay.
So we can stay. So somebody will give us flight tickets so we can go and make it happen. This time we said, fuck all that. Let's do it in Bangalore. Took our time. Went to studios whenever we want. And
this time was the best time to record an album. Like there was no tension in the band, and there was like figuring it out, chill vibes. And even if you're making mistake, even if like we have recorded a song in a different key, and next day the recording engineer tells us, okay, I think I felt like this key is not good. Let's record the drums again. It was tension free. It was I feel like
just do it for fun.
The procedure of it, like the process of it, was really enjoying.
Yeah.
So really
basically, do you think it's because you were doing it at home in Bangalore and you could repeat it multiple times stress-free?
No, we hired a studio. That's where we did it. It was not at home.
No, as in like at home means like Bangalore's your home, right? So you were in Bangalore, you have to travel to Bombay.
It makes it like, it makes it really comfortable.
Yeah.
Like at the end, you go back home.
But so like on that topic, right? So with Bangalore scene sort of slowly, we were talking about this yesterday as well, like the Bangalore scene is starting to slowly come back to where it was in our younger days, right? 2007, 8, 9, 10 types. That's on the gigging side of things, but on the rest of the infrastructure, which is studios and finding the right engineers and everything else that supports creation of music, where do you think we are in Bangalore?
In Bangalore, as
of today, in terms of the rest of the infrastructure for you to create music,
I think Bangalore has been on spot since day one. When they came.
I think they are, to be very honest, I think they're the pinnacle of the whole scene. Very honestly, you have some of the best players to play at, some of the best audience. Everyone would enjoy playing in Bangalore. And they have infrastructure here. I mean,
more than that, in audience.
The audience is the main thing, right? I think infrastructure will follow the audience. And
of course. And I think
if you don't have audience, doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can have the best infrastructure, no one's showing up. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah, what will you? You can't sell tickets. You can't pay.
Exactly.
Who is going to pay? At the end, सबसे बड़ी जनता होती है.
Yeah.
जनता नहीं है तो आप नहीं
कुछ
कर
भी
सकते.
नहीं.
और वो
Of
भी
course.
जनता जो इस टाइप का म्यूजिक सुने. Like me coming from Kashmir and we making a band in Bangalore, singing in regional language, and then playing in regional language, doing this kind of thing here. It's fascinating for me.
It really tells the whole
For me,
story.
it's really fascinating because I can't do that back at home where I come from.
Totally.
I have a leverage of doing that in Bangalore.
In Bangalore,
Yeah. I wouldn't have been a band if I was not in Bangalore. I don't think so.
That's amazing.
Bangalore has given me like my identity, everything, like accepted me where I am from, what I sing, what lyrics are there, and provided with this kind of fusion, what kind of fusion we do. It has accepted it.
Yeah. Even if you go back 2014, something like that, some of the unique bands were coming actually from Bangalore. Because the language was different. There were bands who were singing in regional language. Apart from Bombay bands and Delhi bands, the unique bands were coming actually from Bangalore. There was a lot of bands who were coming with different languages. So in terms of that, I think Bangalore has always been open to wanting to experiment. The people are okay to accept because they come from different
backgrounds.
I hardly meet any Kannadigas anymore, right?
Yeah, same.
Like I come across, and even if I meet, I'll talk to them in English.
Correct. Yeah.
So the acceptance in Bangalore has given birth to some of the best music in the industry, in independent music. Good example is we can take like even Raghu.
Raghu, and even Swarat.
There is in the whole contrast there is Tamil and
Tamil,
and there was a band called Bicycle Days.
Oh, Bicycle Days.
You remember them?
Yeah. I've seen them so many times. I saw you guys. In fact, we were talking about this yesterday when I told you that I've seen you guys only live.
You're the first person who said who remembers Bicycle Days.
I saw you guys and Bicycle Days at Fireflies.
Oh my God. There was also Tamil and Quarter there. And Swaratma also.
We had to sneak in because we couldn't afford the tickets, and I got barbed wire in my neck.
So you sneaked in?
Yeah, from the back.
We can you believe a festival like Fireflies can happen?
Yeah.
It can only happen in Bangalore. So
Bangalore can't happen in Bangalore today, but could happen
not
back
today.
then.
Today is a different scenario in everywhere.
Yeah.
But actually, Bangalore has that capacity to kind of want to invite.
Provided the infrastructure back home, we don't have that kind of infrastructure, and it's because of also a lot of problems,
a lot of other issues.
lot of other issues. You can't like tell, okay, I can play a rock show here. There are a lot of other issues also. So when I came to study here, this city provided me that and accepted a regional language. I think we were one of the initial bands.
You're probably one of the first few bands. I mean, we have Euphoria, we have Indian Ocean, but aside from that, you were one of the first few sort of mainstream bands to be performing not in English. Right? A lot of the other rock bands of the day were all English bands.
Because saying back in 2010-9, when we used to play competitions, it was only English bands.
No, they were all English bands.
Only English bands. And then like some classical bands or like fusion or some kind of thing.
Eastern.
Whatever.
Those kind of things. But I mean, for me as well, like Bangalore's given me everything. So I'm a born and raised Bangalore lover. And on that note, we're going to do some Bangalore-inspired Western fusion cuisine mix.
Yes.
Get a break now for mains. And I'll
this is really nice.
We have finished it, so it's a testament to...
I'm glad to hear that. We're going to move to sandwiches now. My first ever long multi-day drive.
From Delhi
with Baran. Started with Baran. And that's when that kick of listening to the intro sound
came
in. And that for me became like now it's like so many times I listen. I've done many long trips. And very often I find myself leaning into Parvaaz. So it is a journey for me in figuratively and like literally as well.
Thank you for having us.
But thanks for coming. Thanks for giving me your time. And
we anyways don't get called to podcast.
Nobody wants to listen to our stories.
That's their
so
loss.
I'm glad we're doing this.
But we've gone Bangalore with the menu. We've done a patty melt, which is obviously not a Bangalore thing, but we've tried to use all local ingredients. We've got kara chips and we've got a salad to go. Let's go. Cheers, guys.
Yes.
I hope you enjoy it.
Enjoy.
Go directly dig into the.
Oh, nice.
My favorite is the caramelized onion.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, it took me a while.
Is it like
about an hour to get it done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you have to slow cook the onions and keep adding water.
You would know it, no?
Sorry?
You would know it. How to make caramelized onions.
Of course, yeah. Caramelized onion is my. Also, caramelized banana. Have you tried
I
it?
never had it. Yeah.
Never had it?
No.
It's a very sweet kind of thing.
Okay.
You probably put it on the pancakes.
Mm.
You should try it. Caramelized bananas. It's a very good.
So good, bro.
Good.
This is so good, yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Finally came prepared for this. How often do you cook for yourself?
For myself? For myself, I cook almost, so I do meal preps. So I cook for myself twice a week. But I eat the same food through the week. But I try and cook for friends at least once a week. But initially the format used to be very much like this, where I would set up the table.
You told me, yeah.
Call them. But now the format has changed. Now it's more like you tell me at 7 o'clock what you want to eat. I'll order everything from Instamart. And then you come home and while you're chilling, I'll cook. So, people are chilling, smoking, drinking, enjoying, having a good time, walking in and out of the kitchen. So it's a fun vibe.
I'm completely zero when it comes to cooking, but our man is an expert.
I mean, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
If you're away from home. So basically, it's a necessity that you have to cook and you have to feed yourself.
Yeah, feed yourself. Yeah.
There's one thing.
But I also enjoyed it just to feed yourself. But then I started enjoying it. Okay, how to enjoy cooking and how to enjoy that.
Yeah.
I like really like it. And after that, as you said it, it's like when you know that okay, you can cook to a certain level and then it's good.
Yeah.
Then you love feeding other people.
Yeah. Exactly.
और उसके बाद जो तारीफ आपको मिलती है उसमें आपको मजा आता है.
Exactly.
I like it. Yeah.
We expect exactly how music is.
Yeah. It's the same. I would say like any creative outlet is the same.
It's the
right?
same.
Yeah.
In the end, you want people
First you do it
to
for yourself and then
experience-
you want people to appreciate it.
Imagine if you don't like the food, then you force it down somebody's throat. That's exactly how it feels when you listen to bad music.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
But are you consistent?
In a sense?
Like when you're cooking, are you consistent like with your taste and everything? Like every day, whatever dish you make, and it's gonna taste the same.
Yeah. So the thing is, I am surprisingly to myself as well. Like, it's rare that I mess up. Sometimes, things could be like 80, 90 or that you could, 19-20 type, like you can make it better the next time.
Yeah.
But often enough, I would like to say that I'm consistent to a point where, like so far I've had, I would assume, including my friends, I would have had over about 50, 70 guests having eaten my food. And I guess maybe 1 or 2 fails in total. Fails to the extent where people are not able to finish the food. Sometimes it's like, it's okay. It's doable. We can eat it. Sometimes it's, oh wow, it's amazing. Love it. Want more. That's the thing that you're chasing, right? You're chasing that reaction where people can't stop eating.
Absolutely.
It needs patience.
Practice,
patience, and
What do you think it is like? You said you did try music. Try and play music. And like how different is it from cooking?
So I think one thing with music for me was...
But how does cooking come so naturally to you? Why is it so...
So I think one of the bigger reasons why cooking comes naturally to me is because my mom is a great cook. So I've grown up in a house where good food is being made and food, basically more than good food is being made, food is being made and experimented with regularly. It wasn't that she was just cooking the same old staples every day. She was experimenting. She was making pizzas and pastas back in the 90s and stuff like that, right? She was buying cookbooks and experimenting and trying out different recipes for us from when we were kids. So I think in that sense, for me, cooking is more like I know it can be done. I'm assuming in some ways music is probably like that for you. Khalid is probably like an outlier in the sense that nobody in his family plays music, right? But that's my assumption. With music, the thing is, especially because I started learning to play guitar, and like there was no guitar music in my house. I didn't grow up listening to it. It was just something I found interesting and I wanted to try it. And I realized that it was a lot more effort for me to learn guitar than it was for me to do a lot of other things.
Really?
Okay. Like, whatever school and stuff like that. I was reasonably good as a student. And I guess I wasn't used to putting in effort.
You weren't used to?
Putting in effort.
Okay.
When I was young, I was like 13, 14 years old. I was good at a few things. I did those and that was it. When I tried something new and I wasn't good at it, I just assumed I wasn't good at it. I didn't practice it. Like I told you guys earlier, the example of chopping and frying and all these things that I practiced, right? I never practiced guitar.
You just assumed that it should come naturally.
Yeah, I went to a class and now I should know how to do it.
Okay.
I didn't assume or I didn't anticipate that effort is required. You need to take steps to get the job done.
Interesting.
That's why I feel like sometimes I often feel that maybe if I start learning guitar now,
You're more
I'm
disciplined.
older, I'm more disciplined. I understand that it's not a wake up in the morning and watch one video and now you're an expert. That doesn't happen.
You're full.
You're full. I can finish this.
It's heavy.
Parcel.
Need some time.
You got takeaways here?
Yeah, for sure.
This is really good, man.
Thanks, bro.
Really, really, really good.
Yeah. Is there any butter in this by any chance?
There's no butter.
Oh. What do I taste?
You're tasting mayo.
Okay.
That's the only fat. There's no additional fat. It's beef fat from the patty.
There's not much mayo.
There's one slice of cheese, not much cheese either. There's a sauce. There's caramelized onions providing the richness. It's obviously very rich because of the onion, the cheese, the mayo.
It's really good.
Because I'm not even eating the
The
patty now.
Yeah,
It
just
still
the bread.
tastes bad. Yeah, it tastes best.
The first time I made caramelized onions, everything else I've made before once. But I intended for it to be indulgent and rich.
It's damn good.
How did you get into cooking as a survival thing only?
Yeah, necessity. Then I started enjoying it.
Yeah.
And
So like you cook a lot of like home recipes from your
home
house?
recipes like a lot of Kashmiri food. And but then I started exploring veg a lot.
Okay.
Veg back
veg
in
stuff?
Kashmir, like Loki,
Yeah.
a
No, I don't
lot
like
of
lauki at
dals,
all. I like dal, yeah.
a lot of dals, rajma, moong dal, chana dal, chole dal, and I started enjoying it. And
You like rajma?
I love
rajma,
rajma.
yeah.
Rajma is best.
Initially, when I first figured you guys were coming, I thought we'd do rajma.
Oh man.
But then Yama said that you guys are big on red meat. Now I was like, okay, cool.
Oh.
I've been
No, this
waiting for
definitely
somebody to
makes
try my
sense.
patty melt.
Yeah.
But back in Kashmir also it's mostly mutton.
Mutton, yeah.
Mostly mutton.
What are your favorite Kashmiri dishes?
Dishes, Rogan Josh, Mirchi Korma.
I know I had mirchi korma.
Mirchi Korma, yeah, you need to taste it. Goshtava,
Gushtaba?
Gushtaba, it's like a mutton dish, is only but like minced with meat and mint, dried mint.
Yeah, but
curd.
Yakni is got a lot of dried mint and curd.
And Yakni is that's what Gushtaba is actually.
Okay.
Yakni exists because of Gushtaba.
Okay.
So that's
But it's two different.
yeah.
They're
Two different things.
It's a Yakni is mostly like homemade because
इसमें
like gravy is quite same. Gravy is same. Yakni is more of like what you cook at home. You can't make that kind of a shape. But Gushtaba is what is being served in the official cuisine of Vazwan.
Okay.
Have you tried Vazwan?
I've never
I'm
tried.
talking about as a layman.
Tabak mas.
I've never had Kashmiri food. The only Kashmiri food I've had is the Kashmiri food I
If you
made.
ever get a chance,
Tabak mas.
if you ever get a chance to attend a Kashmiri wedding in Kashmir,
Yeah.
you're gonna be blown. This is nothing. This is great.
Yeah. No, it's good.
I'm telling you, you will have a different perspective about food, the way they present it and the way they give it. I'm going to talk it as a layman.
Yeah.
He's obviously Kashmiri.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, this is every day.
Whenever a Kashmiri wedding is happening, count me in, guys.
Yeah. Next year.
Hopefully. Breaking it in. But you should, because the bed of rice, but we'll call it a bed of roses, is just a platform for the meat that is going to come on top of it.
Okay.
So Vazwan is where 4 people sit on a huge, what do you call the plate?
Table.
Trami.
Okay. And you share that plate.
Yeah.
4 people, depends 4, more than 4.
No, bro, only 4 can.
Only 4 can. But it's a huge plate. It's a really heavy plate. And the first time I had in my ex-bandmate, Kashivik's wedding, I was eating the rice because we're South Indians.
Yeah, so they gave rice.
We have been taught to eat the rice or else you'll get belted by your mom.
Yeah.
But no, the rice is just a platform for the meat that is going to come on top. There is different types of meat that is going to come on top.
Okay.
And every time you finish that meat, they're going to surface it with another layer of
rice.
Every 5 minutes, every 10
so
minutes.
that your palate of taste remains the same because you mix it with the rice, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to finish the rice and our friend Suel, he said like, bro, you're not supposed to eat the rice. He's like, why is he putting more rice? It's like, no, that's the whole point because there's a new meat coming. So in the end, there's a pile of
Flavored
meat
rice.
and flavor and every single thing. You have never would have eaten something like that in your life.
Okay. I want to try this out for sure.
Yeah. There is, in fact, a restaurant in Bangalore called Sarposh.
Yeah.
Go have a trami there.
Okay.
It's pretty
We'll
good.
go try it one.
What is that? That ribs?
Tabak mas.
Tabak mas.
Yeah.
You need to try.
It's really good.
Let's go try.
Let's go Sarposh.
Yeah. Let's go.
But if there is a wedding, just wedding
Crash in.
crash the wedding.
I don't know if there'll be any Kashmiri weddings in and around Indiranagar.
Never know, but you get invited.
Yeah.
But yeah,
if I get
Sarposh is a really good place to have.
Sarposh is at least like accessible. So let's just go there first and let's do it.
Yeah.
Be a nice fun hangout, which we can do and try it out.
But these guys were in the same terms. They were very surprised by how Malayalis eat food. We remember we went to Wayanad for a festival which was like a football and music.
Okay.
These guys were fascinated with the amount of things, the small, which we are used to it, because we have lived in, and eating on a banana leaf, which is completely fascinating for these guys. That are small things,
Yeah.
you know.
Was your
But
first time in
imagine-
Kerala?
It was the first time.
Yeah.
But imagine that in a larger scale. Imagine that small, like whatever avial and whatever you have. Imagine that as a meat, and it's just building up in your plate. That's what Vazwan is, at least for me.
Yeah, definitely. Try it out. But what do you like eating at home? Like meats?
I'm a proper South Indian. I think what South Indians have defined breakfast, I don't think anybody has.
Yeah.
Let's face it. I'm sorry. I'm being biased.
100%.
What?
The kind of breakfast we have.
Yeah, it's the most healthiest breakfast ever.
I've never heard anyone saying I felt ill eating idlis.
Yeah, it's the most delicious breakfast in the
No,
world.
I feel like even coming when I came to South India, Bangalore in 2006. That's where I was never introduced to this kind of food.
Yeah.
And first thing I heard is like masala dosa and thali, and okay, I used to have it, enjoy it, but idli I never liked it in initial years. But after a few years, I think that has become a thing. Like I don't think so. Like
You can survive
there's
on
a
it, you know.
greater breakfast than having idli and that chutney. Like I go to our jam. So these days we jam quite early in the morning,
Okay.
around like 9, 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Times I wake up, oh, it's alarm is ringing. I have to head. I head straight to jam room, and then I tell him, bro, can you get an idli?
What's your favorite idli? Like, where do you order your...
He doesn't order his.
I go to, there's this place called Veg and Veg in
Okay.
Bangalore.
Yeah, that sounds...
Rameshwaram.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about all. Like some of the local vendors that you have who make.
Have you tried filter coffee?
Yeah.
I think filter
Even
coffee has the best idli right
Yeah.
now in Bangalore.
But again, the chutney is very.
I like
Gatti.
Veg and Veg. It's
I haven't
very
tried.
good.
Again, it's a white chutney thing, but you really have to eat in a South Indian house.
Yeah, I mean, house is different, bro. You can't access...
I mean, he can eat
he
six
can
idlis
access
in my
I can
house
access every day, right?
while you'll get filled in just 2 idlis in
Yeah, that's
filter
true.
coffee.
Yeah.
So that's the
Bro,
difference.
there's a cafe. It's not a famous cafe. There's another one roadside cafe on my house, near my house where I live. And I tried having breakfast there a couple of times. I think it was really good. And my breakfast was just idli.
I mean, with his overrated.
It's like really local amma coming and making idli.
Those are the
idli.
best.
Oh my
Super
god!
soft.
I swear, cheap and amazing.
Yeah.
We also
Tasteful.
have somebody called Dosa Auntie,
Okay.
which is she starts from 1 a.m.
Okay. 1 a.m.
1 a.m. 2 a.m.
Huh.
Okay. Till max 4 a.m. she'll get sold out.
Where
or
is
whatever.
this?
I'll tell you. It's near Jeevan Bhima Nagar depot.
Yeah.
There's a church and a
Bus
mosque.
stand.
Yeah,
Bus stand.
bus stand.
Yeah.
Is right in front
Opposite
of
to
it.
that.
Right opposite to that. So that she doesn't make idli so much. She makes dosa and then she makes like pulao and chitrana and stuff like that. But that thing hits you on the spot when you have it in 1 a.m. 2 a.m.
Okay.
You should really try it. And it's damn cheap. Even the harvada, everything. If you finish, 5 people will eat. It'll be maximum $200. Yeah, and that's the power of like having a South Indian thing where you can fill yourself up and leave. I'm not talking about
be really
nothing
satisfied.
against Maharashtrians. I mean,
Amazing.
great with vada pav and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about proper meal.
Yeah. 100%.
It's really amazing. And she's been doing this for really long years. I think you should really try this.
No, try this out.
But it's only in the late night.
Yeah.
2 a.m. she comes, 2 to 3.
Okay. I've never been heard of this. Have you guys heard of this? Never, no?
Because she is not famous. We talk about...
We're all local boys, bro. We're all
But see,
Indira
again,
Nagar
it
boys.
is not even locally famous. She is filling up the necessity of...
Just one small sector.
She's like,
right?
there's a BPO here somewhere. I want to feed those people who come at that time. That's about it. She is not trying to make a statement saying that I'm the best. You go there, you have the food, you love it. You don't love it, it's fine.
Okay, I'm going to try this.
Yeah. Give me a call. Because we live so close by, we can
He
actually go.
lives like 1 minute.
Yeah, done.
You also live there 1 minute also, no?
I have 3 minutes.
Okay, fine. But yeah,
Let's do it.
let's do that.
I love a good roadside dosa. Nothing better than that for me.
Nothing beats that.
Yeah.
All of this Rameshwaram and everything. You eat on the first day, you feel good. Second day, after that you're like, I'm done. The whole treatment is like very homely cooked food type.
Yeah, Rameshwaram is like it's like eating butter chicken and saying I ate Punjabi food, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's all we eat at home every day.
So what is your staple food like now?
At home? Or
Yeah, now that
I
you
cook
live
for myself?
alone. No, at home though we know that will be delicious food. Like
Yes. No, at home, general everyday food is dal, some sabji, either rice or roti. Once a week or max twice a week is when my parents would have meat. But I eat meat every day, all meals. Most meals are some sort of chicken and rice or bread or roti, that kind of stuff. For me, every Sunday I eat idli.
really.
Yeah,
Why is that?
idli and vada, because I like to go and eat fresh.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday is the only day where you can actually take time at breakfast to go out and try out a different place. Right?
So every Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday. Every Sunday I go out. Like I generally take my bicycle and go for a ride. Depends. Sometimes I'll go to like Jayanagar. Sometimes I'll go to Brahmins, or if I'm feeling lazy, I'll just go close to Indranagar. Just get out on the bicycle, eat some dosa, idli. Idli, mostly idli and vada. Yeah. Dosa, I like homemade dosa the best. Dude.
You come home, bro.
Yeah, let's do it.
You can eat like 5-6 dosas without being
That's the
guilty.
best part of homemade dosa.
And you don't
Need a
feel
lot.
it's full.
Yeah.
You can keep eating.
Yeah.
If in case it's happening on the stove and she's actually giving you on the plate,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
go for like 8.
Really?
You can.
What's the max number you had?
No. I mean, look at my age, I can have like maybe 5 dosas.
Yeah, but when you were younger, I'm sure you eat 8, 10
Idlis.
Yeah.
Idlis, I can go for like 4. Now I'm more conscious about what I eat. But if it's fresh, no, it's even dosa, they used to put it and give it right there. Before it used to be like that. Now, because you eat in different timing.
Yeah.
But when everyone used to
It's made
eat
and kept.
school, she would just make one and give, and
Yeah.
we used to stand there and eat.
True.
And there's different kind of chutney also. And my favorite, I've told him, it's groundnut chutney. Bliss.
For me, it's like coconut chutney, but it has to be spicy. That kick has to be there.
Okay.
The dosa has to be nice and like,
So we'll make it that he'll make Rogan Josh and Mirchi Korma.
yeah, mirchi korma.
Whenever he makes it. Because that is, I would say, idli is easy to make.
Yeah.
This is, bro, I've seen him make it.
Yeah. Lots
It's
of
a process like
Yeah.
It's a process.
Yeah. Okay.
So whenever he makes it,
Done.
but please welcome. It's like breakfast in my place.
Yeah. No, done. I will bring that yakni that I made, and you can validate first and foremost.
I'll do the Rogan Josh and Mirchi.
Oh,
Does it makes the is it close to authentic? Because I told you I've never eaten a yakni otherwise.
You haven't eaten?
I've never eaten any Kashmiri food ever. So
He'll be the...
other than the one that I made, one day I got mutton. I ordered mutton and I was thinking, what should I make with this? And then I was like, oh yeah, yakni pulao is what I was searching for. So I went to YouTube, I searched for yakni pulao, and then I found a random video saying Kashmiri yakni. It's one auntie, Kashmiri
No,
auntie.
that's how you...
Yeah, Kashmiri auntie was making this. And to be very honest, that auntie sounded very sweet. I was like, she knows what she's saying. So I'll try her recipe. So yeah, I mean, it was delicious.
But you have tried yakni.
Yeah, it was delicious. What I made was super delicious, very soupy, and like it was very comforting. And I ate it with rice.
You had dried mint, right?
Yeah, lots of dried mint, curd. And then first, like you said, you basically boil the mutton. Exactly the same recipe like you mentioned. You boil the mutton, clear the scum, then you pressure cook it, and then you cook it with the curd and dried mint and ghee and all of that. And yeah,
The one big difference in Kashmiri food is that you can see the richness of the meat.
Yeah.
It is the
meat is the hero.
Is the hero.
Yeah.
Not in the South Indian.
Yeah.
South Indian
There's
is the
the
masala.
technique and masala, yeah.
So when you're eating the chicken or mutton, it's the masala that is going to win. Like, oh my God, this is... Nobody will say like this meat is so tender.
Yeah.
But in Kashmiri, it's the meat that is a main hero. And you can actually taste the meat in Kashmiri food.
Yeah.
There was one thing that you guys to do very simple. It was that jo I say onion and all used to put and just
Like you fry onions with mutton and then
that you guys don't do anything. You won't.
Even in this, even in the yakni, you fry onions in a sarson ka tel, and then you make a paste with cashew and all of that stuff happens in this, right?
You have to do that. Like basically, it's like one of the main. It's cooked on wood. Authentic Parvaaz is cooked on wood. And उसके अलावा क्या होता है कि it's cooked on ghee.
Desi proper.
Yeah, desi ghee. Proper. That's water. Also one important ingredient. And then instead of using onions, they used like prawn, like spring onions or something. They caramelized it and then shallots. Shallots. Yeah, they use shallots. Yeah. They caramelized it and they mix it, grind it.
Yeah.
And then they put it. So you don't get an onion feel, but you get that creaminess.
That creamy and richness, yeah. I get that auntie's voice is ringing, man. इसे हम कश्मीरी में प्राण कहते हैं.
Yeah, प्राण कहते हैं. I think it's a channel called Kashmiri Food Fusion.
Yeah, exactly. Tasteless channel, but that auntie's voice is very like, it's very like.
डालेंगे दो मसाले, फिर डालेंगे 4 चने, फिर डालेंगे 4 काढ़ू.
She's a proper Kashmiri.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she sounds like, you know, like she would be like your Kashmiri friend's mom.
You know, like food channels when they tell you how to cook food and all. Miss, like you put it on gas. Should it be for half an hour or 1 hour? You tell me. Or should it be on low heat or high heat? Tell me. I need those specifications.
You don't do that.
Sometimes
some channels don't. My mom is also like that. When I asked my mom for a recipe, right, she's never taught anyone before, and she just does it by instinct, right? She's been doing it for so many years, so she generally ends up missing a few important steps. And I learned the hard way that I can't trust that. Oh, she sent the recipe, now I'll just go to the kitchen and do it.
Hey, you have to.
But timing is everything in cooking.
Yeah. So
timing,
now,
like high heat, low heat, it's important.
Yeah. What do you have to achieve?
Like as you said, like making caramelized onions, it takes time.
Somewhat like in the music also.
Timing. Yeah, exactly. Which is why we said we trust the drummer.
Backbone.
Drummer drives the timing.
Oh, we are supposed to finish this?
No, take your time. There's no.
No, I finished.
Enjoy it. If you like it, enjoy it. If you don't, leave it. It's all good. There's no pressure. What do you think of the Kara chips though? Kara chips take a little bit of.
I'll be honest. I love the salted.
The salted one, yeah.
Like this doesn't add anything more. Salted was like the OG.
Does the job.
This is you trying hard.
Okay, fair. That's feedback. I can take it for sure.
No, it's good.
I mean, this is just slight change in the seasoning. That's
of course, yeah.
But just.
I mean, it's perfectly fine.
With the salted. What I told you. This guy only said, make Kara chips.
You know, there's peri-peri chips now also.
Yeah, now you go to hot chips, you have color chips. Everything you have.
OG salted chips.
Yeah, no, but it's also a matter of personal preference. I personally prefer Kara chips.
Really?
Yeah. If I have to go to hot chips, then I'll get Kara chips. If I have to get plain salted, then I'll get a Lay's or something like that. It's just easy. But the hot chips, yeah, you're right. Like that.
Have you tried the veal chips?
Yeah. That's it. You have those palak chips, you know, those. Those are the crazy ones.
Karela chips also.
Yeah.
But for me, the veal chips reminds me of going to what a Shankarnag theatre called before? Shankarnag theatre. Symphony. And Rex.
Symphony.
But that's where you get like Galaxy.
You know, in small areas, there's so many theatres.
Oh, dude.
Everything has become something. Actually, only Rex and Symphony are still theatres. Plazas, there's nothing there anymore. Galaxy has become WeWork. Rex is that. Yeah,
Rex is that director special something.
Yeah, director special is there. Then there's one club. There are lots of restaurants. There's a lot happening there.
I've heard the pizza is good there.
Where?
At Rex.
At Rex, is it?
Apparently.
Yeah, will probably be some 3,000 rupees for one slice. So some crazy amounts that they charge. It's some 580 rupees or something for a pack for a popcorn there, no? Yeah, some crazy amount like that.
One of my friends just goes there only to eat the pizza.
Wow.
It's so good.
Yeah, apparently.
That is some crazy stuff, bro. There's so many pizza restaurants, Pizza
know.
Brick Oven, there's this fermentation stories. All these places can shut down.
And all of this is Rex.
Okay, straight from dinner into dessert, I made a Nutella stuffed cookie, and our friends from Art of Delight sent us some Deluche pecan. It's so hard, I can't pronounce it. It's a new flavor, but it's delicious. I already
Put
tried
on
it before.
subtitles.
Yeah, English language. But let's go, guys. Let's have some cookies. Please dig in.
Come on, Sachin.
Yeah, break it. Let's smash it. The Nutella's in
I'm
the
gonna
middle,
mix it.
so you have to get to the middle.
I'll get it. I'll get to that.
This is doing the thing. Go for it.
Come on,
Use this
bro.
spoonful.
Yeah, big brother, bro. You go for it. No?
Go for it. I'll follow you guys. Oh. You guys have a sweet tooth, both of you. You can see your light side of the dessert, which is great.
The tooths are falling.
I get some.
So many emotions.
It's doing the thing.
It is. So, did you plan this Nutella?
Very good, man.
With
The
this
cookie? So I decided the cookie. So I generally get a salted caramel from Art of Delight to go with the cookie. So, but then today they were like, "Hey, we got this new flavor and it goes well with the cookies. Why don't you try it out?"
No, it seems like a
Really
cherry
good.
on top.
Yeah.
Also makes it better that this is hot, that is cold.
Yeah.
It's
Always
my
the best
favorite
one.
combination. Yeah, I like Art of Delight, but it's like cake fudge from
Corner House? Yeah. I mean, there's no fighting Corner House, bro. Whoever you are, it's like you can be the best band in the world, but there's always Pink Floyd. You know? It's like that.
With
Or
Corner
Bangalore Boy.
And it's been with Corner House, like with Indra Nagar, especially. It's a task to stay consistent and it's a task to survive business in Indra Nagar. Corner House has always been there. Otherwise, you see outlets coming, going.
I mean, we have this thing that we go in our and this is 1:13 a.m. We're right in front of the third wave coffee shop.
Yeah.
Where we met at Conso.
Yeah. Yeah, I know 30 names. There's
Yeah.
Momo and Brothers Store and all these places.
That is so jinxed. None of the business stays for more than 6 months.
The one right opposite third wave, right? Yeah.
Lane.
Yeah.
So that whole thing right now keeps changing. Nothing stays there.
Difficult for like business to survive also, like.
I feel the thing
Yeah,
is
it's on a
that
gully, right?
Yeah.
Location
So
matters.
Yeah. So I feel like it is the thing is that Indranagar mostly people come for like
Experimentation.
something more fancier.
Yes.
And that locality is so small, the each shops. You need to be really niche.
Yeah.
If it is something below the average thing, then it doesn't last.
Yeah. That's why Fo Momo is good. Have you been to Fo Momo? I like Fo Momo. You like it? It's just momos. 3 or 4 different types.
Exceptionally be good. FOMO. FOMO.
F-O-M-O-M-O.
Oh.
Fo Momo. But I think they actually have only 4 types of momos. Veg, chicken, pork and beef.
It's not the faux.
No. But it's called F-O Momo.
Okay.
But they have only 4 types of momos. They only have momos on their menu. So they have steamed momos and fried momos. And they have a chicken broth or something like that. That's it. That's the menu. That place is still there. It's pretty cool. I like it.
I like the salt mango.
Yeah, salt mango tree is good.
They shifted a release ahead of number 12 man.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is crazy.
Nice ice cream, no?
I have no idea what I'm eating, but it tastes good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I still can't tell what it is.
Caramelized condensed milk,
And this walnuts.
pecan, walnuts, pecan nuts, ice cream, sugar, taste,
Sure, Rush.
flavor.
It's just flavors.
Yeah, this was a good hang so far.
Absolutely.
It's nothing like just
Eating
talking
food,
over food.
talking.
Or great food.
Yeah,
Thank you
great.
so much. Thank you, man.
Thank you
I
so
really
much.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
I mean,
guys
you
taking the
did tell
time.
me that you cook, but this was quite a meal. I have to say.
Yeah.
And
Let's get
I
into the
think we
rating.
did finish everything
Yeah.
that we have.
Yeah,
Other
everything
than
was
this, I'm not much of a sweet
Sweet
person.
person. That's okay. I mean,
But
it was,
the quantity was perfect.
yeah,
We can save it for tomorrow.
yeah. There's a lot more where this came from.
But everything else has been absolutely to the point.
Perfect.
Let's rate it. We're not going to count the popcorn because I didn't make it. We had the salted chips, which is your favorite.
Yeah.
So out of 10, okay. We have salted chips, then we have the chicken strips, then we have the sandwich, and then we have the cookie. These are the things that I made.
I feel sandwich was
Absolutely unique.
game for me. You nailed it.
Dude,
So, I'm so
the
happy
meat
that
was
you liked
tender.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely
Juicy.
Yeah.
juicy. See, that's another thing. That's why I asked, do you put butter in?
Mm.
But it was just so savory that you didn't feel like wanting to drink water.
Mm.
And just most of the sandwiches are dry.
Mm.
This was absolutely the right consistency in terms of juiciness.
And then the chicken.
Chicken.
Absolutely. Loved it. We finished it.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Finished it.
Yeah.
It's on the
And
camera. You're not lying about
the
it.
chips.
Chips.
Chips, salted.
Yeah. Salted wins.
I mean, the Kara one was perfect. But when you have salted, why the Kara?
Okay, fair.
It's like all okay.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean,
And in fact,
cool drink side.
Mm.
yeah,
Yellow,
the
okay.
out of
Yellow, okay.
so ice cream with this cookie is also
Yeah.
amazing. Cherry on top.
Yeah.
Out of late, nailed it.
Okay, lovely.
Everything was great, and we have rated it.
I think it was a perfect portion. First of all, let's talk
Yeah.
about the portion.
Hmm.
You didn't overfeed us.
Okay.
We're still in the limit.
Yeah.
And
There's a
so
lot
great.
more food, by the way, guys.
I
It's
know,
all
but
on camera. Once the
exactly,
cameras go off, there's a lot more food.
But you gave us the right amount.
That's what is needed.
That is what is needed. It's
We're
not
all well into our 30s. I think at this point, portion control
this
matters.
part. Yeah, this part. Like,
No, I wish I was like, this is what is going to be served to me. I would have been well prepared.
I mean, also the whole environment was pleasing enough
Yeah.
to have the food peacefully, and that's what is
Yeah.
a good
I'm
host
glad, I'm
does.
glad that you guys had a good
I
time.
really
That's the
did.
only intention. The
Yeah.
only intention is for you guys to have a good time. And
Yeah,
if you're comfortable, you'll share. You'll tell us stories.
Of course.
And we're only here to hear those stories.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of those stories. There were a lot of
Yeah.
insights from you in terms of your approach to music, how the band was formed, how the band gets together, how you guys create together, cooking. So much that we spoke about today.
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
I mean, we can keep talking, guys. There's obviously
Yeah,
no end to it. no
Yeah,
limit.
yeah, I mean-
So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the tour, though. Like, what can we expect? I mean, this episode is probably going to be out maybe towards the end of your
End of
tour.
your tour.
Yeah.
But we're here today, and I'm going to see you guys this weekend.
Absolutely.
This is going to be my first real experience seeing you guys. The last time I saw you was also at Humming Tree, but the older Humming Tree.
Hold on.
I was much younger. You
We
guys
are
were as
older now. We are wiser. I don't know,
Yeah.
but we are older.
But you guys are also obviously now a lot more seasoned.
We
in
learned
your
to play our
craft.
instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 albums in. That's 3 albums for you, but it's the first ever vinyl that I ever bought, which I've got here today. So I'm going to ask you guys to sign it for me.
Of course.
And I'm going to make this a trend. I'm not going to buy a vinyl if an artist is not going to sign it for me.
That's
going
nice
to
way to
limit my,
not
my
wanting to buy
collection.
every-
Yeah, we're going to really limit my collection. But any artist who's coming over to my place for dinner and for the podcast, I guess I'm going to have to.
I think everybody should get back to vinyls.
I think it's important to own
A physical
physical
format.
music. It's important to
it means a lot
to
for the
engage.
artist.
Yeah, like economics and commercials aside, it's from a depth of fan connection. I think it makes a lot of difference.
Absolutely.
Right? Have you guys had fans talking to you about collecting the vinyls?
Yeah. We
haven't announced it yet. By the time this is out, I think
people have asked us about like having vinyls earlier, but we were in talks, but we never were serious about having it. Like, because we live in a digital world, like how it's gonna get, how it will work. But recently, when we were done with this thing, before we wanted to release this album, we thought like, okay, we should have vinyls. Let's get old school, because it's also like happening all around the world. Like, people are buying vinyls.
And Sachin was telling me that you also collect and you have your own sort of.
I have a lot of
vinyl collection.
Yeah.
How do you engage with it? Do you like listen to a lot of vinyl?
I listen to it whenever I get time. And some albums which I don't have it, I still listen to them digitally whenever I have access. But whatever, like when I go to a vinyl shop, I'll just randomly select like artists who I don't know. Okay. I'll just pick them up and discover them.
It's a good way for you to discover
a lot of music. It's a different way of discovering music. Otherwise, like having access to those vinyls which you already know, then you want to have as a collector to have.
Then you just collect it. You're probably proud.
But like it's a great way to like go to a shop, like buy vinyls and like without knowing who the fuck that artist is. Just buying it and then listening to it and exploring. Oh, I like that song.
Has there been any discoveries like that you've suddenly been like, oh wow, this is amazing?
For me,
you did pick up some random vinyls.
I did. I listened to one like Robert Plant's album.
Okay.
I have never heard on a vinyl. I don't remember what it's called, but like it was fascinating for me. And it's not like something which he has created recently. It was like long back in like 70s.
Oh,
okay. 70s, late 70s, 80s.
That's great.
So you appreciate the music a little better.
Yeah. I think it's like you've made the effort, right? I think it's in many ways about like taking the effort of like, okay, I'm selecting this vinyl, now I'm going to take it out of the sleeve and place like Sangeet and Sandeep, when they were here, Sandeep was also sharing that it's a very intentional exercise, right? It's like, if you look at how you act with any streaming platform, you open your app and then you have a set of recommendations, you just pick from that. And then you go into either a playlist or an algorithmic playlist. You never really have full control. And it's not really fully intentional as well. Right? Whereas with this, it's completely intentional. You pick the album, you pick the artist, you place the new stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, this is just hearsay at this point. Sangeet has to help me find a good record player
and speakers.
And now Gul Na Gulistan is going to be what I'm going to be listening to.
Is this your first vinyl?
This is my first vinyl ever.
Great, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Circus Records.
Circus Records,
Thank you so much for
shout out to Yama to make this happen.
Yes.
Have you guys, and obviously
absolutely
big shout to you guys for taking the time so close to the beginning.
If we know it was so much fun having food and drink, I would have come. This would have been our 7th podcast.
I come over every week. We may not have the cameras and the lights, but
Version 2? Like,
Season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2, maybe we'll give you some more insight.
We'll have you guys come over after the tour just to talk about stories from the tour.
Of course,
why not?
We should do it that way. Yeah. I think it's time to bring the record in and have you guys sign it for me. If you could sign the sleeve and the record.
It's ready to sign, but do it
on the sleeve.
Is that black?
Yeah, it's black.
Okay. Sure?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure. I'm gonna ruin the.
It's your record and mine now. Awesome.
No, bro.
I'm gonna bring this on Saturday and get Fidel and,
of course. Shout out to
the rest of the band as well.
Fidel and Bharath. I can post for them if you want.
Yeah, do it.
You want to do it on the vinyl?
Yeah, we should. No,
on the vinyl?
No.
Sure. On
there.
So not on the. Just in the middle.
I mean, how drunk are we at this?
I am. I don't know about you guys. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, small one. Oh, that looks so fresh.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I'm really happy that this is your first vinyl.
Yeah, I'm happy as well. I mean,
this
I
is-
told you guys I really, really love your music. So for me, this is the biggest perk of this is the biggest earning that I've had of a 13-year long corporate career. Where I get to sit with you guys and sit with artists.
पेपर किसका साफ कर ले.
नहीं देख रहा हूँ यहाँ पे कुछ लिखा है 005A.
हाँ, टेंशन मत ले. ये मॉडल नहीं है.
Thank you for
Thank you so much, guys.
buying this and
It's been obviously a great pleasure to get my
Yes.
first vinyl, to have it signed.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they've written here. 003. It's
See, I
handwritten.
did tell you. I didn't see that.
I
in
think
last.
it's a number.
Yeah. So you have the third one. Number 3 is not bad.
But the first signed one ever. And this is the first signed vinyl from Parvaaz. And I am the proud owner of it. It's
Yeah.
me.
He's paid for it. Hard-earned money.
Thank you. I don't know if it was hard earned, man. I had a good time
Thank you so
earning that
much.
money.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you guys doing this.
Thank you.
So yeah, like, share, subscribe. It always helps when you also tell your fans to like, share, and subscribe to your channel and my channel.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like, subscribe, share our YouTube channel and Saran's YouTube channel.
Yes.
Ditto. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe to
Yeah.
Sharan's YouTube channel.
And
Wonderful
Parvaaz
guy.
YouTube channel. Don't forget
And
about that.
Parvaaz, if you get
If
time.
you like the music,
if
do
you
it.
like the music. But subscribe to his
Yeah.
That's
YouTube
cool.
channel.
Yeah,
Super.
he's doing some really cool shit.
Yeah.
Thank
Not
you,
often
guys.
that this happens.
Yeah.
So thank you so
I
much.
really
Great
appreciate
food.
it, man.
Thank you.
Superb.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Pakao!